SEC Hall of Fame alumni, business owner of his own DJ entertainment company, hype man for and DJ for your St. Louis Blues, and owns a Stanley Cup ring. Cancer ass kicker. Successfully executed his own weight loss journey. Host of the podcasts Man Dad podcast and the You're Better Than That podcast. Content creator and music aficionado. He's been in my headphones for 15 years.
Yep.
But most importantly, this man right here is a father, a fiance, a son, a brother, a friend, and the first ever guest on the Mostly Hockey podcast, Mr. Tony Patrico.
What's up?
There he is.
Dude, there's no way that you were talking about me. Jesus, man.
That's you, man.
I'm over here blushing.
As you should. That was the whole point of it, man. Hey, right off the bat, we can't thank you enough for doing this and playing along our little dog and pony show. Not only the only podcast with more merch than listeners, but probably the second time you've done a podcast out and about, right?
Yeah. This is the second time I've joined somebody that I've known in personal life, and you know that's what I want to do, man. Is the people that I know that I have a relationship with. You know, I was reached out a ton, dude, during all this from people that I have no idea who they are. That were like, come on my podcast and talk about it. And that's not right, man. Like, this is something that's very personal to me. So I want to talk to people that I have a personal relationship with. And guess what? Here you guys are.
Dude, we are honored beyond honored, man. It's a huge, huge pleasure of ours to have you on. Yeah, man. And we've been fans of yours and supporters of yours for so long. Admittedly, Mikey is a little behind the eight ball. You know, we kind of convened on, hey, I think this is going to happen. Is everybody, you know, good to go with this? Everybody have their own things they want to talk about and whatnot. And I'm not trying to bust Mikey out, but Mikey's
yes, you are.
I got to Google that guy.
Oh, so, don't do that. No, it's terrible.
And I said, don't maybe not. Maybe don't Google him. Let me sit down. I want to tell you a little bit real quick.
I'm sitting.
But no, he's yeah. And dude, we're glad to see that you're out there. You know, you're back out there. You're interacting with people. But honestly, man, that you're just living life. You know, and yeah, dude, it's good to see you out and about, man.
It's nice to be out, man. Like, here's the thing, and it was a little bit of by being forced, but also something I needed to do was just like go away for a while, man. I needed to focus on me. I needed to focus on my family. I needed to focus on like, hey, you still have to live your life outside of radio. Like, your life doesn't end just because your career did or what you did before. It doesn't define who you are. You still have to live, man. Like, I still have to go forward and be a dad and be a partner and be a son, you know? So it was one of those things where I took that time for me, man. I learned a lot about myself. I learned some really good things, some really bad things. But the most important thing to me was each and every day, I grew a little bit. I grew a little bit more. There were setbacks, but I grew a little bit more. And then it was time, man. It was time that I like would be able to take my son somewhere fun and not have to worry about who's looking at me or saying what. So like, I had to make that decision, and the decision was easy for me. I wanted to do whatever I can to make my kids and my fiance and those that are around me, I want to make their life rad. So that means I got to get out there and start doing rad stuff. And that's what I've been doing lately.
100%, man. 100%, dude. And like I said, man, you know, like we've been listening to you for so long. It's kind of like, it's that classic thing of like radio. Like, you feel like you know somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, you and I have met a few times, right? And we've had a rapport. But like, I know Justin could probably speak to, as much as he listened to you on the radio, he felt like he knew you.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, dude, I have to just say it's just good hearing your voice again. You know, like,
thanks, man.
One, you need to put out more pods.
I know. Oh, don't listen. Don't even get me started with the whole Man Dad Pod fiasco, because it has a lot to do with my old man. And if it's hurting and if he's tired, you ask him, he'll say it's all on me. But we all know the truth to that whole scenario. Yeah, so we are trying though, and the best thing about it is that now that things are starting to get back to normal life,
Right.
it's going to be a lot easier for us to sit down and do more episodes. And the one thing I promise myself is don't force things. Don't force things. You know,
Right.
I don't want to do an episode just because I want to, because I know I'm not going to get a whole lot out of my dad. And the whole point of this is to get everything out of my dad.
100%.
You know, so like we decided we're not going to force it. When it happens, it happens. But it's one of those things where I said, hey, man, the people are asking for you.
Right.
I'm like, you want this. The people are asking for you. So he's kind of on board. So we're hoping to put out more stuff on a regular basis here real soon.
Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And-
Ricky just says here that's what makes a great radio show podcast, connecting with the listeners on a personal level.
100%. Ricky, big time Patrico fan, dude, big time listener of the old show.
Awesome, man. Love that.
Yeah, because he's a cool dude. He's a super cool dude. I've talked to him a bunch before. We were at the Super Bowl thing together, right? Cool dude. Very cool dude.
Hey, Tim, just real quick, dude.
Yeah,
and this is something that I can't say about everybody. I really can't. And, you know, you gave me just an absolutely incredible intro. And I do have to say, this is real. This is real life. Anytime that I saw you and your wife anywhere, I knew exactly who you were. I knew you by name. I knew the family. I knew the kids. And I can't say that for everybody, man. So it says a lot about who you are, and good people, gravitate towards good people, brother. So,
dude, I appreciate the hell out of that, man. And no joke.
Even though your wife just spelled my name wrong, I saw it.
What, did she spell it wrong? Oh, you spelled his
there
name
was like
wrong.
An extra A and like look at that. There's an extra
Patrico.
A. I think there's a wingding in there somewhere.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Casey's more nervous than I was getting on here.
Patrico. No, dude,
Patrico.
I remember.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, dude.
Like one day I messaged him. I was like, bro, you on like first name basis with Patrico? Like you commented on like something on just the Book of Faces. Just like
a funny little story
about
man.
A glass break or something like that.
Well, a funny little story. Like we there was a time where me and Justin didn't talk for like a decade. And, and we ended up at Captain Jim's one time for a show, firework deal, and we were standing there awkwardly talking to each other, like two dudes who haven't talked in 10 years.
Just reminiscing at the fireworks stand.
So the Blues still suck, right, bro? And you came walking by, and I think you just leaned in and said something about like, how about that fucking glass screen door you shattered, and you took off and you walked away. And this dude was like, like, Patrico? It's a big deal, man. And so having you on, man, part of it, a small part of it, I'm not gonna lie. If you did kind of want to spell it out for anyone who didn't know, I don't want to spend like that much time at all on it, man. But if you want the platform to kind of like Mikey's not real sure, right, of who you are and whatnot.
I know who he is.
Mikey has no clue who you are. No,
I know nothing. I know nothing.
I used to play for the Islanders.
There you go.
Back
he
in
was coached by
1988.
Patrick.
That explains a lot.
Oh, the Roy guy?
Oh, I swear to fuck. This is not we have company, bro.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I know exactly what you're saying, bro. And this is what I'll say, because I've addressed this, a ton of different times in a ton of different fashions, whether it be on social media, whether it be, in person talking with folks, or on the Man Dad Pod. I've made mistakes. I made mistakes. Mistakes were made. There was a lot of stuff that was put out there that was true. There was a lot of stuff that was put out there that was completely made up and false. Instead of sitting here and arguing with folks on what is true and what is false, all I could say is this, man. I made mistakes. I can't control 1 second of the past. I can't control how we started this podcast because it's already gone. I can't do anything about it. I can apologize for it, which I have, and then I can focus on the future. And to be honest with you, I've said sorry so much in the past year and a half now. It starts to not make a damn difference anymore. It's just a word to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on living sorry instead of just saying it. And I'm just going to show sorry. And those, I always say this, those that want to jump in the pool and hang out, there is more than enough room in the pool for everybody. But there's also a ton of different pools. So if you don't want to come to the pool party, you don't have to come to the pool party. I respect everybody's thoughts and feelings and everything that they feel about me. And I hate that I gave anybody a reason to ever dislike me at all. But I get it and I understand it. I will never, if somebody arguing and everything, I will never say, hey, stick up for me here. No, because they feel what they feel, man. And I don't want to discount that at all. So the only thing I can do is try my best to give everybody the reason to not see me in a negative light. And that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm just going to keep living, try and do my best as a dad, as a fiance and all that good stuff, and just keep focusing on the future, brother. That's my plan. That's my goal. That's what I'm doing.
Perfect,
Hell
man.
yeah.
You didn't know a damn person
training along.
You didn't know a damn person that, but man, we're glad that you wanted to say something, man. And so just moving on, man.
Life happened. Life happened. So it's life, 100%. Dude. We got to talk about life.
Why wouldn't you, right?
You go ahead.
Well, no, I mean it's your show too, bro.
Oh, I want to know more about you working with the Blues, man.
Well, we're getting down there. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let me cook, bro.
Dude, he tells me all the time.
I know it's your show, dude, but more than anything, man.
LIVIN, brother. That's what Ricky Lee says.
Ricky Lee just living, bro. More than anything, man, I did want to say too, like, you want people to come up and say hi, right? You want people to say what's up. You don't want the bullshit, obviously, but you do want people, like, if I saw you out and about, you'd want to say hey, you know?
Yeah, dude. So we're, like you said, we're starting to get out. You know, I've been to a bunch of shows recently. You know, we went to Day Seeker at Pops, and I went to Sleep Token at the Factory. We went to Point Fest, and you know, there's a lot of people that I see that look and they go, I think that might be Patrico. Is that him? Right? You know, I rock a mustache now, and like, I've lost a little bit more weight since people have seen me last. And like, so, you know, some people are probably legit questioning, but I know there's some people that are like, do I say something? Should I say, hey,
right?
Do I don't?
Yeah, exactly. Do you approach him? Do you not?
Yeah. The best thing to do, the easiest thing to do, man, is just walk by, fist bump, say, hey, say what's up. You just say, hey, I would love to say, hey. And if we're in a position to have a conversation, we'll have a conversation, you know? So like, of course, I want people to come say, hey. I know that regardless of what some folks think of me, there's another side of folks that I was a pretty important part of their life for a long time because they loved the show. And if their love for the show back then, whether it be something funny I did or an event where I said hello to them and met them, if that brings them joy and that's cool, yes, come up. Let's talk about it. Let's say, hey, I still talk to the guys on the show. So it's not like they hate me and I hate them. Like, I still talk to them. I just had a almost 40-minute conversation with Moon yesterday, you know? So like, I still talk to those guys. We're still very friendly. So yes, like, I want people to come say, hey, and my dad likes when people come say, hey, you know, so people stare at him too, but like, just come say, hey to him. He absolutely loves it. He really, truly loves it.
You are rocking that Vinny Trocheck from the
the Rangers
from the Rangers. You got the short on the sides with the longer mustache.
You can pull it off.
Yeah, I did it once. Like when I was like shaving, I did it once, and like I came out and I thought like the reaction I was going to get was like, go shave it. And I came out and I was like, hey, what's up? And she goes,
oh my,
I don't like that. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
What he's not telling you is he was wearing the Stanley Cup ring when he did it.
Oh, if you don't,
not on my hands.
Oh, if you don't wear that Stanley Cup ring in the most inappropriate opportunities, I would.
Bro,
oh, dude,
I would only wear it like when I'm going to the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
That would be the indicator.
And she would see the ring and instantly just hear Fred Durst be like, "You know what time it is?
You know what time it is."
100%.
I've worn it. I've worn it probably worn it for a reason. Probably 4 or 5 times. CBC Hall of Fame induction, I had it on.
Right.
I know I wore it when I officiated a wedding for 2 huge Blues fans, and they asked me to wear it.
Yeah, that would be
so they took a bunch of pictures with it, like with their rings and my ring. And part of the joke was I was like, "Can I have the rings?" And the best man was like, "I don't have his." And I reached in and pulled out mine.
Oh,
and I was like, "Here, use this." You know, so that was really cool.
I would have ran.
And then,
you just stood there like a statue and been like, "What just happened?"
And then the most recent time was actually on Monday. I work in like sports marketing now. So like I'm talking to like a bunch of national clients, and I was talking to the regional lead, whatever title she had, way up there for AB in sports marketing, in like sports and beer. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and wear the ring here. And that's going to be my, hey, check this out. Well, she's from Florida and a huge Panthers fan. So now I'm like, hey, maybe you'll get you one of these. Maybe I'm showing her pictures. So yeah, those are the very few times that I've worn the ring, but that thing sits in a safe, man. That's something that's going to go to my son. Yeah. And that's just going to keep on getting passed down until one of them probably gets addicted to drugs and sells it. So,
Jesus Christ.
Listen, we're just being honest. Somewhere down the line, that's going to happen. It's going to, hopefully we're all long gone.
I got this Stanley Cup ring, man.
Since we brought up the Panthers, though, I mean, who do you got for the cup? Who thinks you got, Panthers or Oilers?
Well, okay. So I actually have some skin in this game because so you guys obviously have gone to Blues games, right?
Yes.
You guys have probably gone to the bathroom at a Blues game, correct?
Hell yeah.
I got a couple stories about that.
Yeah.
Those screens that are in the bathroom that play the commercials.
Yeah.
That's the company I work for now.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. So we have our network inside of Amerant Bank. So I'm all Panthers, baby, because that's huge for sales next year.
Hell yes, dude. I think the whole show.
And of course, the Kachuk.
Matty Kachuk.
I think a whole show as a collective is Cats all the way.
I'm going Cats, Mikey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But mostly because too, like we declared on this show, this is not the year that the Mostly Hockey Podcast is regulated and okay for a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup. That's next year.
Allowed.
They did not file the proper paperwork.
Exactly. Yeah. When Berube is coaching a Canadian team, then and only then, when our beloved St. Louis Blues, God forbid, should be eliminated from the playoff contention next year, then a Canadian team is allowed to win.
We'll welcome a woohoo. Woohoos will be welcomed.
Not now. So it is the Cats all the way. Yeah. Well, man, like honestly, you look healthy, man. You look happy, and we are super fucking stoked for you. We've mentioned it a couple of times, man, but what we really want to know is what you've been up to, and you're getting it, man. But we talked about the Man Dad Pod, and we talked about You're Better Than That podcasts, and
which I love.
Yeah. So by the way, Justin did some homework and listened to them. I've listened to everything, right? Super fan be damned. If you put something out, I've already listened to it, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother.
Absolutely, man. And the You're Better Than That podcast, I kind of want to talk about that for a minute, because that actually that sparked a part of my brain that I didn't know I needed, right? Like, you know, stereotypical fashion, like the man goes to work, provides for the family, right?
Right.
And it has to be that dude who just puts his head down and goes to work, right? That's exactly what we're supposed to do. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I subscribe to it. Go do the damn work, you know?
Yep.
My wife works too. I know your fiance works. Your wife works, right? Yep. Your wife works too, Justin. Your wife works just as damn hard as anybody else. Being a homemaker and whatnot, but like primarily, man, this stuff in your head 24/7 as a man is like, we need more money. I need to do even better than I did the best year I've ever done. I got to make sure I'm present at home. I got to make sure the kids know I love them. I got to do, and so, yeah, women have shit tons of responsibilities that I'm not strong enough to have those damn kids. Right.
Right.
But I had a cold 2 weeks ago. You guys don't fucking understand how bad that was, you know? But at the same time, dude, we do have our own internal struggle, and You're Better Than That podcast, dude. That just, that hits on every level, man. It's resonated, you know, in my head, man. And I do look forward to seeing them pop out. And Justin, I had a joke for this because Justin is typically dead inside and void of all feelings.
It's true.
It's true.
I was tested as a kid.
It's true. It's true.
So
my mom had me tested. It's called zero fucks disease.
100%.
And
you don't hear
a lot about it because we don't fucking care to talk about it.
Yeah. So, like Justin subscribes to the mentality of go do your fucking job.
Yeah.
You know?
And drive a little fucking faster.
And drive a little faster while you do
it.
My
God. I love it.
I've been on vacation this week.
Traffic, dude. Oh my God, I hate traffic.
It's a whole nother goddamn podcast. Yeah. This dude wants to Thanos snap away half the fucking population.
Yeah.
But
he was right.
In general, man, like I've been on vacation this week, and so this guy gets a hold of me and did some homework. He's been listening to all your podcasts this week, and I could not believe it when he's like, dude, that you're better than that podcast. That shit hits home just like I thought.
It does.
You know?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, you start off with the greatest Stallone like part.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's the greatest
so
Stallone part in any of the Rocky series.
Any Rocky movie ever.
To hell with the Yo Adrians and the I did it and the if he dies, he dies. Yeah. That little monologue that he does is so great.
It hits you right in the field.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you go into just pouring your heart.
Yeah.
You know,
it's raw, dude.
Yeah.
It's so
that's
raw.
What I wanted. That's what I wanted. It's honestly like throughout, you know, the week, sometimes the month, whatever. If I ever have like a thought that goes into my brain, I literally just like sit down and I type it on my phone. And then I hit enter and I get out of it. And by the end, I have, you know, kind of a list of things. And I go, this is it, man. Now I'm going to talk about this stuff because I don't want it to sound like, oh, I'm writing this as a self-help method, because it's not that. What it is it primarily is to help me, because it allows me to vent about it and I can talk to nobody about it, but yet also talk to everybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I wanted. I didn't want a self-help podcast. I didn't want, you know, this is what you need to do to be the best man you could be. You know, like I didn't need that. What I wanted was like, yo, dude, I fucking sometimes am crazy too. Like, sometimes I'm sad and it sucks, you know, 100%. And that's it. That's all I wanted to do. And like, you know, I've heard from plenty of guys out there and even gals out there that are like, hey, it's awesome to hear somebody talk about it and like not try and bring up studies and not try and bring up, you know, this disease. And it's just like, I'm just talking about how I feel. And if it helps anybody out there, awesome. But it's helping me a lot. And that's worth it for me to keep doing them.
100%, dude. And,
I dig
it hits and it hits home, dude. And we all, I think we all like it, man. I look forward to those ones when I see them. I also look forward to seeing the Man Dad Pod pop up.
You are right, Ricky. It is okay to cry sometimes.
Oh, dude,
sure.
Dude, you want to go back? Just back it up for a second. Talking about people you've only met a handful of times in your life, dude. When this guy passed right here, I found myself, like, we drive a lot for work. I found myself driving down roads going to work and just out of nowhere thinking about that and just like shedding a tear for a guy I've met maybe 3 or 4 times, right? Once with Tom and Jeff, and a handful of times with the show. Yeah. And dude, shedding tears for somebody you met 5 times, but you feel like you know that guy, right?
Well, that's the radio thing. You hear,
dude,
you know.
And so Jeff Burton was in my headphones, dude, while I was a child and became a man, right? And it's fucked up. I told him that one time, and he's like, whoa. You know? Like, and Tom too, not to discredit Tom, big Tom fan, dude. Talked to Tom a lot. I've actually talked to Tom more than Jeff, and Joy, Tom's longtime, you know, girlfriend, sent me Tom's Point versus the Urge hockey jersey. And
that is awesome.
Yeah, dude. And I had Jeff sign it, and when I had Jeff sign it, it was funny. He goes, it still smells like bong water, and he signed it. so that's a piece, like, you know, that's a piece that's real near and dear, but no joke, like crying about a guy passing that you've only met a handful of times. It's
sorry, my people are calling. No, I'm kidding. I'm doing this from my parents' house, so their house phone is ringing. Who has a house phone?
Their what?
Who has a house phone, dude?
No, dude, my parents still have a house phone.
The only person that calls that one is car warranty folks, right?
It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what is that noise?
So, man. So, and to talk about the last time I met Jeff Burton, actually was the last time I talked to your dad, and I think Justin and I both have a St. Louis Pawpaw story that we wanted to kind of share with you. So
here we go.
So
this is what he wants.
I'm gonna tell you what too, and I love the Man Dad Pod. Like, I love him on there, dude. I can feel him sitting on the couch, just being like, I ain't got no damn time for this shit. Like, every time I listen,
I do have some really good news about the Man Dad Pod. And that is, I have purchased a full video setup.
Oh, shit.
That's gonna be bad.
So now we will have a video aspect, and we are going to have more video elements as far as testing my dad.
Oh my God. That's
So
gonna be
yes,
great.
so I'm not sure if I'll have everything ready to go and tested and all set up for the next one, but it's coming soon and we cannot wait. I think Mary Beth is probably most excited because she loves torturing my old man.
Does he know? Does he know you're doing that?
Oh yeah, he knows.
Oh, I was gonna say it's best if you didn't even tell him the first time. Oh.
I think I had, dude, I had to let him know just because of the fact that now that he knows that he's on camera, it's going to be amped up to 1,000, man. 1,000. It's going to be full blown show. I remember I took my dad to one of the wrestling events when I was doing the pro wrestling manager stuff. And I took him and we were walking up and he was bitching at me about being lazy about something. And I mean, dude, just laying into me. We turned the corner where the line of people were to get in, and somebody went, "Papa!" And my dad threw out his arms and he goes, "Hey, hey!" I'm like,
hell yes,
what the hell is this?
Hamming it the fuck up.
Oh, dude, it's it. That's how he lives. That's how he lives his life, man.
I can't
now
wait
that it's video,
that.
yes, I can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Justin's is a bit more funny than mine. So I mean, I'm gonna let you had a damn good saying. And when this happened on air, I called you.
Yeah,
I was at my old job.
Yeah,
and when I was able to call the station and actually win shit and whatnot, and I listened every day live.
What did we make you say? Did we make you say something 1,000 times? Did we say I hate my life?
I have no life. I have that photo, and I didn't think it necessary to put it up. I have the photo of the phone saran wrap to my head while I'm cooking. Look at you, dude! I can't believe that. You're gonna make me blush. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I have no life.
Phone
I have
wrapped
no
around
life.
your head.
100%. Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets, by the way.
Boom. Yeah. Worth it.
First time Casey ever saw Red Hot Chili Peppers. But they had a segment where they were taking emails, and I guess Justin emailed the show.
I did. Yeah. I emailed in. So one day I had a damn trash truck driver. All right. I walked outside and he was feeding my dog. And this is not a trash truck driver that I paid, right? He didn't deliver my trash.
This is just a random
different company. So, and I caught him twice. He was fucking just feeding my dog. And I just kept like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Now, does this make a difference in the story of what he was feeding him?
Like dog treats and shit.
Okay. All right. It's better than like, hot dogs or whatever,
Yeah. So either which way. Yeah. Either which way. I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. I kept worrying, like, is he trying to be nice to my dog to possibly break into my house? Is he after my kid?
Oh, yeah.
Is he after my wife? Like, I just kept going. So I was like, should I call the company that he works for? So I emailed into the show being like, would you guys call into the company? Right. And this is the thing. My backyard floods out like crazy. So my dog was in my front yard.
Okay.
Right.
Oh God.
I emailed in, they read it during the thing, and your dad did not give two shits about any of the concerns I brought up. All he cared was, why the hell's the dog in the front yard?
Why is your dog in the front yard?
Why is he in the front yard? And I like, Tim calls me up and just like,
that's 100% my dad.
So much shit over the fact that you leave your dog in the front yard. Look, the dog he wasn't on a chain all the time. Like, I just wanted him to know. It wasn't like we just left him out there. Like, the
exact way that went to was something like, my question is, why is your dog in the front yard?
Yeah.
This is exactly what he does. And this is what honestly, guys, that exact scenario is my favorite part of my dad being on the show with me, because we would try to be talking about something completely different. The story would be, guy walks into Subway, and when he walked into Subway, he ordered a sandwich. And then when he got a sandwich, he just grabbed the sandwich. He didn't put it in a bag. And then when he walked, he tripped and fell, and somebody stabbed him with a knife. And everybody would be like, whoa, that's a crazy story. My dad would go, why didn't they give him no bag? Right. Like, what are we talking about? That's exactly what he does with every story, man. Everything. I could tell him the coolest story on the planet. I met every celebrity ever. It was awesome. And I did all this. And my dad goes, and that's the shoes you wore? Thank you, Dad.
It's that classic dad stuff with that
Yeah.
St. Louis flair on top of it, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And 100%, dude. Like, this is, I don't know if this is, I know it's a thing with Justin. It's a thing with me. Like, there is no word specific anymore.
Oh, it's Pacific.
It's Pacific.
Yeah.
And I say Pacifically to people who have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just, he's changed my vernacular.
It's that, and it's a lot of people say, like, if they do come up and they want me to take a photo with them, or they ask my dad for a photo, they will say, "Let me see that picture. Can I take a picture with you?" Yeah.
Part of the reason why I say photo,
I
say photo on this show nonstop. We have a listener.
We had a listener that just said picture.
Is it Nat?
No, it's
Like,
Ricky.
we have a listener that gives me shit nonstop, so I just switched to photo. It's just easier.
Yeah.
Picture in picture? Nah, not doing it. Not gonna happen, man.
I would hate to see what happens to my dad's brain if I showed him a picture of a picture
Oh shit!
and asked him to tell me what this was.
It's a picture. I have a picture.
He just shut down. Good night,
Man, well, we talked. Well, I mean, my papa Patrico story. So you were having treatment, and the wife and I went to Tommy Boy outside in Ballpark Village, and
oh yeah.
and you weren't able to be there. You were kicking cancer's ass. My wife had a blast, and we had.
I picked up. I gotcha.
You puked in a Starbucks cup, bro. We went and sat down though, and we got to a table. This was still kind of pandy wandy, time and shit. So we were all kind of like staggered, and we sat down at a table in between us, table next to us. Your sister and your dad show up.
Yeah,
and Burton was hanging out with them. Like I said, last time I talked to Burton, last time or the only time I ever talked to your dad. And I told you, Dad, 100% this. That dude is the hardest working fucking guy in show business, right? And I was like, being a father myself, you should know, even though he didn't graduate college, he's the hardest working son of a bitch in the world, and he's my age, dude. It's insane. And he goes, "Hey, he's a good kid. He's a good kid."
Yeah, that's it. Dude, that's the best compliment that man will ever give me. That's it.
Paused and goes, "It pisses me off a lot."
Dude, stop.
But he's a
I just
good
heard
kid.
you say that in his voice. Oh, terrifying.
So he was all met your sister too, which couldn't have been nicer, dude. Super cool fam. Your support team, dude. Your people are good people, man.
Yeah, brother. I got a great
good
circle,
people.
man. And to be honest with you, the only reason that I am upright and happy and not hiding in my house is because of the people around me, dude. And
Good people, dude. I saw your
awesome.
sister. I saw your sister go to bat for you during all the bullshit in a way that
she could have relaxed. There's a bunch of conversations where I said to her, like, I love you and I really appreciate you going to battle for me. That's good though. Let it happen. Oh, I know.
People, man.
Yeah, it was all in love, but
yeah, 100%.
There were times, but both her and my father, I had to say, like, hey,
yeah.
let people be mad, okay?
Let them cook.
Be mad.
Right? The kids say let them cook.
Let them
You
cook.
gotta let them cook, man. And speaking of your people, man, did you have
No, I was just gonna say, like, dude, no, you cannot say like, oh, he's a hardworking individual. Like,
oh, we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
I got it,
dude.
No, let me cook.
Okay,
hey, let him cook.
Let me cook. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't fully prep out this show. Okay, I wasn't up last night 3 whiskeys deep watching Rookie of the Year while I prepped out the rest of this show.
Yeah.
To not cook. I'm a cook, bro. I promise you. All right.
Okay, you derailed me. I got to ask a question now.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year.
I know where you're
or
Little Big League.
Little Big League.
Little Big League. I'm going with Little Big League.
Yeah.
It's the greatest.
Man.
It is so much more an adult kid movie.
I gotta tell you, man, like Rookie of the Year. So
they were both great. They were both
fantastic.
Great movies.
And that's something I know that I share with Patrico is like, dude, your love for 90s sports movies, like myself, and I'm sure Justin and Mikey, like, is unprecedented. We could do a damn podcast on that. Like the fact that the Mighty Ducks did what they did and makes absolutely no damn physical sense whatsoever.
I could lose my brain right now. I had almost a 45-minute tangent on ESPN when I filled in during the holidays one year. And I just broke it down to where I don't understand how District 5 went from not even owning equipment to representing our country 1 year later.
Yeah.
Shenanigans and bullshit. But I love it so much. I love it so much.
Had a goddamn baseball glove.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, dude. Yeah. Okay. Luis Mendoza, 2 minutes for roping. Nope. You're suspended forever. Get out.
Makes no sense, man. Makes
Idiots.
no sense. And also like the simple fact that they went, it doesn't even make sense for them to go to juniors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
it makes no sense to do anything,
whatsoever.
dude. The whole series, the whole franchise makes no sense. Tell me why Gunnar Stahl from Iceland all of a sudden turns American and joins the high school the next year.
Yep.
Makes no sense.
None.
Makes no sense.
No
now,
sense.
if Mighty Ducks did anything, it taught us 100% that Iceland is
very nice,
and Greenland
is covered in ice.
Boom. Like that's
some coach we got there eating ice cream with the enemy.
100%.
I'll fucking nail that whole movie. Don't even test me. Bro.
It's so good.
It's so good. He would be great at the game we're creating right now.
I'm crafting a game. Yeah, I'm crafting a movie game right now. No shit.
No joke.
But no, little big league. Listen.
Yeah.
If I'm rating the movies, okay. Let's just say I'm going to give them each a very generous 8. Okay. On the movie scale. I am giving Little Big League an 8.4, and I'm giving Rookie of the Year an 8.2. Okay,
that's good.
And just because Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, I mean Chris Berman, I'm like, I am a kid all over again. Yeah. Then it's got the adult comedy. Why the hell do I think that Lou Collins can actually play baseball? I'm like, wait a minute, this guy was in Field of Dreams, and now he's playing baseball. It's Revenge of the Nerds, dude. I'm like, well, he's a hell of a first baseman. He can rope it down the line.
God damn, that dude's tongue. That dude's tongue is terrifying, right?
Blackout Gatling is the best, bro.
Christ. Yeah. I'll tell you what, the Little Big League, while I was, Rookie of the Year, while I was show prepping and watching that last night, I didn't realize the cast. You got Busey pre-head injury, right? So you got a saner Busey than normal. But you've also got like the janitor from Scrubs is in there.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you've got so many damn people in them, and it's a good movie. And that dude, the dude that plays, who I'm going to refer to as Rossenberger, he loves that still. Like he Ricky, is all about that.
Not the first time Tim has said that dude's tongue.
You ain't lying.
Yeah,
you ain't lying. But yeah,
third time this week.
You know damn well when the end of Rookie of the Year when old boy is. Like, that's all you're looking at. Come on, man.
Not Hito.
Yeah, not Hito. But no shit. I don't know. I haven't watched Little Big League in a while.
Watch it. You're gonna love it, dude. I'm telling you,
it's been a little while, man. It's
as an adult, you go back and watch it and you go, now I see why I loved this movie as a kid, and I can rock this movie as an adult too. It's awesome.
100%. Mighty Ducks also, just to circle back a little bit, like we were watching Camp Nowhere the other day, right? Julie the cat is in Camp Nowhere. Yeah,
that chick fell off the earth. Like, where'd she go?
Did 2 movies, and then she's on IMDb as a chef.
Which, by the way, Julie the Cat Gaffney, we're only going to put her in. She's like the best goalie in the world. We're only put her in for 1 save.
But it's Goldberg, right? Yeah.
Goldberg fell down a hill in rollerblades at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he was afraid of the puck.
He started playing with a baseball glove. All right, man. I'm
gonna lose my mind. We got to get out of Mighty Ducks world. I'm losing my brain.
Do want to talk about so a couple things music wise, right?
Yeah.
I think it is the most badass thing that you and your fiance, Mary Beth, share this love for a very specific sort of music that not a lot of people dig, right?
Yeah.
I dig the shit out of it. I know Justin digs the shit out of it, I believe, right? The metalcore.
No, yeah. I wasn't sure.
Mikey, I don't know. Mikey, we've talked about Mikey before. Mikey has entered that phase that I was stuck in for a long time where, like, I got all the music I need, man.
You like what you like. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
You don't like the metalcore, Mikey?
Never even heard of him.
No. It's heavy, dude. And it's reminiscent of a time and it like evolves. It's very crazy. You actually sent me the podcast or the playlist on Spotify you made for your fiance.
Oh yeah.
And dude, I listened to that, and I don't know. I've never heard 90% of it, but I didn't skip any of it.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a whole bunch of songs and bands on there that I don't even know.
Mhm.
But like I turn it on a playlist where somebody says, like, hot metalcore hits or whatever, you know. So I
And
turn on a
go,
playlist
right.
and I just keep going. And if I go, she'd like this, I throw it in there. And I have found a ton of music I would have never found before because of that playlist and because of her. And it's a genre that like I'm like, I can dig this.
Hell yeah, dude.
They're screaming. And then they're also singing, and I'm like, I like all of this.
That's what I dig about it too, man. It's the classic like the scream, the guttural scream, and then the melody. Like it's good. It's good shit, dude. I dig it. Also, on top of that, like you have this TikTok's content you're making with the Sirens playlist.
Yep.
And I know you got a few songs in there. We are also going to link all of this. We'll have all these links for everything. I suggest everybody check those playlists out. Those playlists are badass, and it introduces you to music that I otherwise wouldn't listen to. Justin is on the very other spectrum of it than me. I was kind of in Mikey's camp. I got all the music I need. Do you guys know how much Pantera music there is? I have everything I need. But
that's just 4 songs.
Exactly. Oh, how dare you? Oh, God.
Wow.
Yes, I named him Daryl. But no joke. The Point Fest on this show, the Point Fest playlist lineup. Actually, we talked about it. That made me kind of like take precedent in looking into those bands and being like, shit, this is actually good. I dig these.
Yeah, man.
I heard of Sleep Token from you. I never had looked into that whatsoever.
Woo, it's a thing, man.
Dude, I dig this shit out of polarizing fucking band, and I dig it, dude. I do dig it.
Yeah. I hear like, so a lot of people always ask like, okay, Sleep Token, give like a big band to go, this is kind of like Sleep Token. It doesn't exist. You can't do it. But the closest I can get is sometimes it feels a little Deftone-y. A little.
100%. 100%.
A little. And people that are Deftones fans and Sleep Token fans are going to come at me like I'm a mass murderer.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm saying very little. If you had to pick a band to kind of mirror it to, it's probably that.
That's dead on. I think that's pretty much dead on. I know Justin has been listening to, what have you been listening to all day today?
Oh, I was listening to Dirty Heads all day.
All day.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So like, dude, I loved that band back in the day, but I have to admit they fell off for a bit for me. And
is it when they went really hip hop?
Yeah, kinda.
Or was it when they went really pop? Because there was a moment they went really pop.
I can tell you a lot of the new stuff sounds a lot like 21 Pilots.
No.
You are not wrong.
Yes.
So which the past 2 albums they've put out, there's probably 4 songs I like.
Okay.
But you go by, Lost at Sea and all that stuff. Like I can press play and listen to the whole damn thing.
And see, Lost at Sea was the first album of theirs that I dug. And then, like I said, I haven't really checked in. And I like 21 Pilots. Forcefully though. I ended up liking 21 Pilots because I accidentally deleted everything other than them on like my Spotify once. I had a 3-hour one-way trip, and all I had was the first 2 21 Pilot albums to listen to, and I had nothing where I could do.
Dude, you lucked out with a band that like does so many different genres.
Dude, you ain't even lying. And I started just listening. I was just like, you know what? And at first I hated it. And then, about an hour and a half in, I was like, dude, I kind of dig this. And
I've said for
years.
I
didn't even put 2 and 2 together today until I was listening to new Dirty Heads. I was like, bro, this is very similar. And I can get into it. But another band that I've been listening to a lot is Catch Your Breath, which I know
Catch Your Breath is awesome.
I turned Tim onto that.
That's and I meant to tell you that's on his playlist.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hell
that's on Patrico's playlist. Yeah.
So
and they're fucking great.
Yeah, Dial Tone is like the jam, dude. I 100% absolutely love that song.
They are fantastic. I dig them too. I don't dig 21 Pilots. If you have to listen to them for 3 hours and you're like, you know what's coming around, man? It's coming around.
Yeah.
Like, but that's just me.
Yeah, you
man.
should probably love it at that point. After 3
Yeah.
hours, if you don't love it, then something
That's
is
just a
seriously
one
wrong.
way. I listen to that shit for 6 hours straight.
God, dude. I'll tell you what, there's one thing that's no mistake in whatsoever, right? And it is the reason I wore the fucking hat I wore. I know for sure that Patrico is a massive fucking fan, just like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, of fucking Limp Bizkit. And you're going to that
dude.
show, right?
Number one. Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, come on, get out of here. That
I can't-
weekend for me is
fuck, I can't-
that weekend for me is outrageous. I'm going to Limp Bizkit,
Yes.
and then I leave the very next day to go to Incarceration in Ohio, which is
shit.
like Godsmack, Wage War, Bad Omens. Like it
Damn.
is, dude. It
That's
is
a hell of a show.
I cannot wait. Actually, I think Pantera might actually be on at that show too.
No, that's not
Uh,
Pantera, buddy.
Yeah, I was
That's-
going to say, don't spell that out. That's
my
not
friend.
Pantera
That is
to Tim.
not Pantera. That is not Pantera. That is a money grab. Yeah, no. I had so many
Those
people
guys
get a
that
hold
used
of
to
me.
think that they were Pantera will be there.
Yeah, those are those guys that said they'd never do a Pantera reunion, and then we're like, shit, we have a lot of bills. A Dimebag and Vinny, that's Pantera, man. That's my ain't my Pantera.
That's that old man. That's
I
that
didn't
old
vote for
man.
that Pantera.
Oh, welcome to the 50-year-old mostly hockey podcast.
100%.
So I mean, Tony, do you actively search out new music like regularly?
Almost every day.
Me too.
Almost
I am
every day.
constantly looking for something
true.
new, and like that. That's what like Dirty Heads. I was like, I'm gonna check back in. I haven't, we're talking about bringing you on, and I know that you've talked about them a lot in the past, and I was I shared that with you. I really liked that band, and dude, I will be jamming that more often than not. It's made it up.
I'll tell you what, dude.
I
I maintain
Love
that the Dirty Heads, no shit, like the guy that primarily sings for Dirty Heads probably would have done a hell of a better job than Rome for Sublime.
Yeah.
Sublime, I fucking love Sublime, and I think he'd have done better. That song, Too Thin, that radio hit, Too Thin.
Mm-hmm.
No, really. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think, okay, this is me being me, and this is because I'm a psycho, okay? So I think Rome did exactly what Sublime with Rome needed to do until Brad's Kid was ready to go.
How about that
And
shit,
Brad's
dude?
Kid is ready to go, and
Dude.
Sublime with Rome is now over. So I think listen, the Sublime with Rome songs, they fucking jam. They're just
great.
not Sublime songs.
They're
not
not
Sublime.
Sublime. 100%.
You know?
They're not Sublime songs, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. How
I
about
think
that
it worked
shit
out
with Jacob,
perfectly, though. I think it worked out perfectly, man. I think Jacob's going to kill it for them. I think it's got that nice amount of nostalgia and that nice bit of, hey, this is kind of like his dad, but still his own thing. Like, he does a lot more punk rock yell, punk rock scream, which
Growls.
I love. I love it.
A lot of it, dude. He growls a lot of it. Only damn time that this show's gotten fucking YouTube to be like,
Yeah, you can't
you
put
play
that up there.
Coachella videos. Are you fucking crazy? So if you go back and look at that on YouTube, that's all silent. But yeah, dude, we played it and it's different. But I mean, the photo of him looking back at the liner notes of his dad looking at him as a new, get the hell out of here.
Awesome,
man.
dude. It's
That's
awesome.
insane.
It's-
Look at
it's
the
cool.
logo, dude. We love nostalgia, right? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Rome time was the Rome time, right? So
It was a different vehicle, man. They did not call it Sublime. They called it Sublime with Rome.
I'm with Rome.
They-
Now it is Sublime.
Now it's just Sublime
And they
again.
should've-
So
And to circle back a little bit, they should have called that shit Pantera the tribute band, because that's what that shit is. And they're talking about putting out new music.
Yeah,
man. So I do have something. I feel so terrible because I feel like we're leaving Mikey out on an
No,
island.
I'm good. I
really
am
do.
enjoying watching you guys have a phenomenal conversation. And to the simple fact that you are basically like a fucking 5-year-old right now. I'm ecstatic.
Dude,
I'm good.
I never thought I'd be talking to this guy on my podcast. Are you shitting me? Like, that's insane. But you two do share something that I don't think that Justin and I share. And I thought
stunning
maybe
good looks. I knew it. I knew it.
100%. No, you guys are both still huge wrestling fans, dude. And don't get it twisted.
I'm
I
glad
like-
you said wrestling fans after huge. Like, damn, this dude's firing fat jokes at me.
You guys are both. I'm fatter than you, bro. Like, I'm way fatter than you. I'm probably two of you. The fact that like back in the day, yeah, I like Sting. Who didn't dress up like Sting and steal somebody's fucking?
I was the Ultimate Warrior guy.
Same guy, right?
I had the
Oh.
pillow, the
Oh.
pillow pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, yeah.
I'm rolling my eyes at Tim's comment. Same guy,
Same
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Hit you with the face
You
of
should
a
be
chair.
around for our Star Wars, Star Trek talk.
Yeah,
No
dude.
thanks.
Same shit, right? Same movie. It's the same thing. I don't watch any of that shit. I don't know. But 100%, man. Like I had the love for the way Sting looked, and I had a Sable poster on my wall, and and who the hell doesn't like Macho Man, right? Greba the Grab. But that's all I got.
I still want to get
man.
the Macho Man March going
the Macho Man March
for heart disease,
for heart cancer.
Yeah,
or
just
for heart
everybody throughout like the St. Louis area
Yeah.
dresses up like their favorite Macho Man. I got dibs on Slim Jim.
I'm doing Bonesaw.
Okay, and
King of the
you
ring,
just-
King
you just
Macho.
march.
I'm Macho King. I'm the Macho King.
There you go.
Hell
And we
yes.
just we raise money for heart disease.
And it's
I
just
love
I know it was the cocaine that did him, but I mean we could just say it's whatever.
It's for heart
you know?
disease, right?
But
'Cause he had a heart
it's for
attack?
In the end, his
So
heart
you're-
stopped working.
Yeah,
So you're-
yeah, exactly.
You're talking like a Million Man Macho Man Randy Savage
a
March?
million
Is
man
that what you're
Macho
talking
Man
about?
March. Yeah,
I'm
it's
fucking
a
down.
dream of mine.
Dude, I'm in.
Are you down? Like
Yeah.
we could
I'm
probably
down.
organize
It's way
that.
too many M's, but I'm in.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah,
work
yeah.
on that.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of M's. Yeah,
Macho,
you ain't lying.
Million Man Macho. Yeah, that's not
A
gonna
million
work at
man
all.
Macho Man March.
You gotta workshop that.
Yeah.
Get a better name.
That made my
If
brain
we're
hurt a
just
little
doing
bit.
St. Louis, we ain't getting a million. So
You're talking about a huge security risk if you're just doing but no, you guys very much still both take in wrestling on a
Absolutely.
a week to week basis. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for
Eh,
sure. I'm
Usually
the
when the
nerd-
pay-per-views come around.
Yeah, I'm the nerd that, I have the Bleacher Report set up on the phone that, it tells me exactly what happened on Raw if I missed it, what happened on SmackDown, all the AEW updates. And, it's one of those things where even 5 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, I kind of like it. Like, it's kind of cool. Now I'm like, I don't care. I love it. And I'm a dork. And I'm like, I do not care. I listen to wrestling podcasts. I listen to wrestling books on my way to work. Like I'm fully immersed and I love every second of it because guess what? I'm an adult and I get to act like a kid because I can do what I want. And I love
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
who's your favorite wrestler?
it. Ooh, God, why'd you got to hit me with that? You hit me with all time or you hit me with just right now?
We're going all time. All time.
all time Scott Hall. Scott Hall, not Razor Ramon.
Ooh.
Scott Hall.
What about you, Mikey?
Mine all time, Mr. Perfect.
Ooh, great one.
I was a diehard Mr. Perfect fan.
Right.
I thought the Perfect Plex was the greatest finishing move of all time when I was a kid.
I just love the
love it.
fact that that Mr. Perfect was able to, or Horseman was able to, NWO was able to be a country singer. He did everything.
Rap is
and
crap.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah, rap is crap, baby.
I remember that.
He did everything, man. They could have thrown the shittiest, weirdest wrestling gimmick at him, and he would have made it perfect.
Absolutely.
Pun intended.
I cooked the $1 Million Man a steak.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah. He lives in Collinsville.
At
Yeah.
fucking Pondo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ted
I know.
DiBiase lives in this
Ted
area.
DiBiase lives in
Hey,
Collinsville.
Yeah,
Are
he
you
lives in
shitting me?
Collinsville, Illinois. I used to manage the Ponderosa there back when those were relevant. And
Ponderosa was the shit.
dude, I love Ponderosa. Yeah.
I would stomach like 3 of those steaks as a fat little kid just so I can go there. And if I ate dinner, I was able to get the soft serve ice cream. Bring it on, man.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
you know, you had to eat 8 of those damn things for us to even break even on that all you can eat all you can eat
All you can eat
steak shit.
steak? I
Yeah.
tested that shit.
But no, I
Yeah.
cooked him. He came in and I was running the grill and I looked the hell over. I was like, "There's $1 million man." I shook his hand and I was like, "What do you want?" I
What
gave
do
him
you-
free
what do you-
food.
What do you order?
He ordered a 60-ounce sirloin.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you would have told me you ordered a fucking chop steak, which is AKA a hamburger.
Yeah.
I worked at Pondo. I worked at his Pondo and I worked at Pondo here in town. Yeah. Everybody that came through was like, I'll take a chop steak. I'm like, you're eating a fucking hamburger. Would you like a bun with your chop steak?
Yeah.
I mean, what is the point of ordering chopped steak?
Because it was $4.98.
Yeah, it was
It wasn't-
$4.99.
it wasn't-
Okay.
$12.98, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, that shit was all horse meat and delicious.
I used to cook
Like-
those medium rare. Call
Yeah.
them a bloodbath. Put them on a.
Oh
Texas
God!
Oh,
You just made
so
my
good.
stomach turn. Oh,
Dude, I'll eat hamburger raw, bro. That shit's good.
That's
Put a little salt and pepper on it.
psychotic thing, dude.
Okay. Oh my God. Yuck.
But
But no, dude, I am a huge wrestling fan still. And I actually I put it out on social media today. I announced that at the end of the month, I'm putting out a wrestling podcast that I'm doing. It's called The Unintentional Heel. And
So-
I'm gonna focus on the bad guys of wrestling.
Oh, that's
100%,
badass.
sir. That pulls up when looking at your stuff. And I was like, this isn't new. I don't know, or this isn't like happening. And so
Yeah.
we were going to include it in the stuff, but I'm like, but there's no episodes. And so I was going to ask you, like, yeah, the unintentional heel, what's that all about?
Yeah, so it's going to be a wrestling podcast. I'm going to focus on, the bad guys of wrestling, especially with Scott Hall being my favorite wrestler of all time. There are so many different ways to kind of go about looking at a heel wrestler, because a good heel wants to be booed, but doesn't want to be booed because people hate them. He wants to be booed because people feel like they should hate him. There's a
Hell
huge
yeah.
difference. And if you look into it, there's a big difference between how these guys built up that heat, as they call it in the wrestling business, and how they became a bad guy. So I'm really excited to get started. I've got episode 1 in the can, ready to go.
Oh, right on.
I was just, kind of doing some editing and making sure I like the format and everything, but I think we're ready to go. And if you do check out my TikTok account, or Twitter, I posted the promo video there, and I actually got a cameo from Nick Gage, who is like an independent wrestler who calls himself the king of ultra violence. He's wild. He's got an episode of Dark Side of the Ring. He almost killed David Arquette.
Dude,
And he promoted the podcast, and it's a huge deal. And it was awesome.
fucking Dark Side of the Ring. I do not pay attention to wrestling. And like I said, Sting and Sable, that's my reference, right?
Yeah.
I want to watch every single one of those damn Dark Side of the Rings. The plane ride
fantastic.
episode.
Yeah, the
Plane ride from hell.
Holy shit,
Yep.
dude. I want to watch all of those, and I don't even have any interest in it, but I want to watch them. Right? It's the same thing. Like I don't like baseball, but I love baseball movies.
Oh,
I just got done reading / listening to former announcer Jim Ross, his book, and he was on the plane ride, and he gives his side of that story. And
do they nail it?
It's Jim Ross reveals even more, but I mean, it is insane, man. It is insane. And that's just one of the 50,000 stories that live in the wrestling world, which fascinates me. It's not, I don't care. I always tell people, I don't care and could not tell you who has won what championship and the lineage and the dating all the way back. I couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you a lot about is the behind the scenes stuff. And I know way more about that and seeing that. And it's unbelievable how it's all put together. And it's truly fascinating how it, like, in the end, it's like that just happened in 3 hours took like 4.5 minutes to come up with back here. And it's incredible how fast it all works, but it's awesome, dude. And it's really, really cool to like learn a little bit more about that side of things.
I definitely want to watch those, man. So much content.
Oh,
there's so much content.
But I do want to.
much.
I want to see those, man.
Speaking of your Twitter and your TikTok and stuff,
Yeah.
got
Got you right
on
there.
air TP on both, correct?
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. It's
And then-
those are for both of them. And it's funny. And I don't want to keep going back to what we were talking about earlier, but like, I remember somebody, when I started posting on TikTok, commented and said, on air. Why does it say on air? And I'm like, because I do a podcast and that is put out onto the world and it's on the air. And
we're on air right now.
I mean, and I want to sit there and I wanted to respond back to him like, hey, is your TikTok handle should probably be changed to Andy, who works at Citgo. If we want to be pains in the asses,
TikTok channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dude, they're gonna
but
hate.
yeah, on air TP.
Haters are gonna hate, bro.
everything. Yeah.
And
Dude,
we'll
always, man.
on air
Always.
TP.
We'll link everything. So we will upload. I'm on vacation, so the social department will upload all of this tonight. We usually wait till Friday. It's going to happen tonight. And in the liner notes, Spotify and Apple, it'll have it hyperlinked to everything. And then I'm pretty sure the social department. You gave me shit about paying them this much money. They're gonna put all that shit out tonight too. But
they're
yeah,
on vacation.
they're on
So,
vacation.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. A big part of what we're doing today, and I know we're gonna go long, man. I hope we're not keeping you from like your family or anything, but a big part
Dude,
of
I
this
don't like
is
them that much.
is folding you into the episode, man. And part of what we do every week is a fantastic fucking segment that Justin has come up with called Let's Settle It. And we don't know what the hell it is, but every week Justin puts up something and we kind of just go around the room and settle it. So in the past, we've done, where do you cut the sandwich, right? Diagonal.
I listened.
Right. And last week we did, hand tossed pizza or thin crust pizza, right?
Thin crust.
So I have no clue what we got in store for us, man. But
by the way, Papa John's amazing thin crust.
Papa John's had thin crust pizza?
Didn't know they did. Yeah, I was blown away. We ordered it.
When is
solid? It's solid.
Doesn't make any sense.
Solid.
I didn't know if they did.
Yeah, I just threw it
That's
out there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so this week,
What do you got, man?
we're gonna go with. I throw this sheet of brownies in front of you. Are you gonna go for a side piece, a corner piece, or are you a monster and you're going direct middle?
Well,
wow.
Guests of the show, you obviously get first dibs.
Ooh, shit.
Right.
Okay, so you put that pan in front of me.
Yeah.
Brownie that I am going for, not the middle brownie, but the brownie directly to the left of it.
Yeah. You're
That's
looking
the brownie.
two corners.
So you're going middle side.
Middle side.
Hell yeah.
Middle side.
I'm going
Hell yeah.
middle side because
Casey's weighing in right there. Yeah.
I'm getting most of the middle.
Mhm.
And I'm also getting a little bit of that crunch, but I get to control how much crunch I'm getting. With that corner, dude, sometimes the bottom is like super crispy. And why? I don't want that. I just want the little crispy little pie type. So I'm going middle to left. So
Jamie is a monster. She's going,
going in the
direct
middle?
Direct middle.
No, that's 100%. No, let her do that. Let her do that 100% because there are people that do not eat brownies if they got the crunchies on. And I much rather they grab that middle one than you eat around and leave the little crusty. What is wrong with you people? I see people do that all the time. They cut that little part off. Just take a middle piece. I much rather you do that. So Jamie, middle piece is all yours.
Middle piece. If you take a middle piece, you have no siblings. You have absolutely no siblings, and you never have shared in your entire life. Right?
No, that's not true, dude. I have no siblings, and I go corner. I like the crisp though. I want it nice and crisp. But you
100%.
get a little bit of the soft, but I'm getting that. It's mostly crunchy. What about you?
You're getting 75-25. You're getting 75-25. Where with my piece, I'm getting 50-50.
Yeah,
100%. Where are you going, Mikey?
I'm a monster just like Jamie.
You're going direct
fresh
middle?
batch of brownies and it's cut up right in front of me. I'm digging straight for the
son
center.
of a bee.
Where your side piece then?
Nah, bro. I'm a corner.
You're a corner.
I want double crunch. I like the middle because I like the middle of the corner piece because just like Patrico, I get the soft, I get the crunchy, but I go corner because I like the double crunchy. I'm going corner.
You like that. You like that little U there. See, I don't like that ramp. I don't like that half pipe. I don't like that.
I dig it. I dig it.
I just want it straight down, and then I want my fudginess on this side. I want my crispy crunchy on this side, and I'm good with the ratio there.
I like to hit up the corner. I got the crunch middle, and then let's revisit that crunch. I go on the side again. I got double crunch.
You're taking that whole.
Let's do it 2 times.
It's a journey for you, baby. It's a
I'll tell you what. Also, by the way, I do believe I had no clue what you were doing. I had no clue. Like, this is always a surprise for me for this. Let's settle this. So I think you and I share a weird ass way to eat pizza rolls. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you eat the insides?
I eat the fucking insides and save the pillows.
Dude, yeah, I eat it like a gusher.
Dude.
I eat it like a gusher.
Everybody in here
bite
made
the top
fun
of it off.
You guys all fucking made fun of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes you just go.
We exist. We fucking exist, dude. We're here.
I do. Now, I saw Tim eating pizza rolls for the first time, and I didn't know what I was watching.
I'll blow your mind even more. This. I know no one that does this. It doesn't matter if it's Emo's, if it's Pizza Hut, if it's Papa John's, it could be a frozen pie that you cook in the oven. I eat all the toppings off first and then eat the dough.
Oh, Oh, you're beyond me on that. Oh
Swear
no,
to God.
you're a scraper.
McNuggets, chicken McNuggets. I eat the breading off and then I eat the chicken.
I knew he did that.
I'm a psycho.
Yeah.
He
He deconstructs the chicken nuggets.
Look at Mikey. He's like,
What the fuck have you got me
Listen,
into?
I think in my brain, especially when I was a 400-pound monster, I think in my brain, I would order a 10-piece chicken nugget, and to make the process longer and try and trick my brain, I would eat the nugget and then I would eat the chicken.
Dude,
and then I would eat the bread.
Dude,
I
that's
eat it.
the exact same fat kid motto or mentality that I have of why I eat. I don't do it anymore, but like I used to eat Lay's potato chips like a goddamn psychopath. And Justin knows how I used to eat Lay's potato chips, which was
he would sit there and chew them like forever
and turn them into mashed potatoes.
It would be
Oh
mad. He would just constantly add more and more. It's like, are you ever gonna swallow that shit?
No, man, I got mashed potatoes in my mouth now because a single serve bag of Lay's is the family size, right? Like that's just how that's how fat kids live, you know.
For sure.
Tough, man.
I feel you.
I'll tell you what, that was dude, good job. Good job on the let's settle it, man. That's a good one.
I like that.
That is a good one, man. Truth be told, unfortunately, and unfortunately, but while you are here, we do talk about hockey. This is a hockey podcast.
Yes. I would assume
mostly. So good for us though. There is not a shit ton of hockey news.
Yeah, I've been really struggling this week without a single hockey game on.
And so that's the other thing, man. You want to throw
Saturday.
We have let's start at the beginning, man. We have an 86 list, right? An 86, if you worked in the kitchen, 86 of these teams, right? We did move on to the Stanley Cup final. So the last round is over, and here's what we got right here for the teams that didn't make it. And this is a mostly hockey podcast, ongoing thing. We like to throw up the overlay of the teams that haven't made it, the teams that didn't make it to the Stanley Cup final, which is, what are we looking at? We got the Dallas Stars and the New York Rangers. They didn't make it, man. They did
not.
And that right there is actually a photo of Pete DeVore, which I was trying my damnedest to get a side-by-side of you and Pete DeVore. But
I can see the resemblance in this photo.
They both look exactly like crying Michael Jordan. But more than anything, man, this is weird, and I don't remember this from last year. Here's the schedule going forward for your Stanley Cup final. We haven't had hockey in a week?
Almost a week now.
Almost an entire week, man, and we don't even start until
Saturday.
Fucking Saturday, yeah. That's crazy talk, but let's squeeze every damn penny we can out of the TV rights, man.
Well, you also got to think there's 2,500 plus miles between Edmonton and Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
That's the big issue here.
In there.
Yeah, that's the big issue here.
Time zone changes and everything. You got to have an extra day in there.
You got a 2-hour travel time is what you got.
I remember when I worked for the team and the Blues were in the Cup, like there were people that were like, wow, that's an extra day. I don't get it. And then you have to realize, like, they're going to Boston. It's not like they're going to, Illinois. Like there's a time change here. So when they came back, and then it's all based on like flights and, there's a bunch of other things. It's not like the game ends and the plane picks them up in the parking lot. Like there are things that have to happen as far as travel is concerned. And then there's also rules that are made where they can't force them to do this based on X amount of travel. So like 100%. They have to abide by all that, which is why, the playoffs start on Saturday and they go through the end of the month potentially, which is wild.
That's insane. So next week we're celebrating on this show. We've got a guest coming in for our Stanley Cup final. We moved to Wednesdays for just a month starting next week. And that just so happens to fall on the 5-year anniversary of the Stanley Cup.
That's awesome.
This Stanley Cup final is going to go way the fuck past that. Like we are blowing past that. And that game went Game 7, right? So, I mean, we're going to be watching hockey well into the point of wearing shorts and sandals, man.
Mm-hmm. That's just what I'm already wearing shorts and sandals.
Samesies.
It gets hot in here.
Patoots out, dude.
Yeah.
So Patoots out. I got on my sandals too.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. We're Patoots out all the way. Mikey's not. Mikey's rocking. Mikey's ready for a zombie apocalypse, and I respect that. I will jump on your back.
I've been playing Call of Duty for years. Zombies for years.
There's really only 2 other hockey stories to talk about. All right. Giant story about Joe Pavelski retiring. And Justin, you're a goddamn Joe Pavelski apologist.
I love Joe Pavelski.
Fuck
and
Joe
I believe he
Pavelski.
should be a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame for
Yeah.
what?
No, that's a Hall of Fame career.
That's
in
a
my
Hall of
opinion,
Fame
too.
career.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't like
yeah.
Joe Pavelski, man.
You can hate him all you want.
Man,
You
dude.
can hate him all you want.
If
but
they
I mean,
put
like-
Joe Pavelski in the goddamn Hall of Fame with no cup before Curtis Joseph,
I'm
shitting me?
with you on that.
Are you
As
shitting me
far
right
as
now?
like,
I
they
mean,
will.
I-
That's the thing that pisses me off the most. They will put Joe Pavelski in the goddamn Hall of Fame before Curtis Joseph.
That means Cujo's got 5 years to get in.
Jesus Christ, dude. I can't stand it.
We'll see if it happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. More so than that,
there's some other really big news.
there's two other really big stories in the NHL right now. And so sidebar, right? Real quick sidebar. They are doing a documentary on that the riot that happened when Vancouver didn't make the Stanley Cup. There's a 30 for 30 coming out on that. So heads up.
I thought I saw something about that, and that
Yeah. And
that,
I'll
that
watch
type of stuff is I'm
shit
in,
on
dude. I'm in.
Oh, did
all
you
in.
watch Unrivaled?
Yes.
So good. Did you watch the Sakic, Saving Sakic?
No, I've not seen Saving
So
Sakic.
good.
Okay.
I
I'll check
lived
it
my
out.
entire life and didn't know that Saving Sakic had a damn thing to do with
Air
what's the
Force
movie?
One.
Air Force One. No clue. Check that out. It's like a 45-minute watch too. It's really, really well done. But yeah, they're gonna do a documentary on the Vancouver riots, which is cool.
I'd be down with that.
But we do have a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup final, and they're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we didn't declare that a Canadian team could win the Stanley Cup on this show, so it won't happen. So congratulations to the Florida Panthers on their Stanley Cup win. However, when the Oilers did advance, super fan who we have just unanimously named Oil Cans has emerged, and I think we got a graphic there for that, right? That's it. Yeah.
There it is.
Yep. There it is.
She
Oil Cans.
I saw that there was somebody that was already making trading cards for her.
yeah.
100%.
Stats on the back and everything.
The Oilers are actually going to be changing their logo.
I heard the same thing.
This is what'll be on the jerseys.
I heard
from this
the same
point
thing. Next year.
It looks good. I like the color scheme, how they kind of kept it the same.
Yeah. It's similar.
I'll tell you
but
what,
not.
my wife is an lactation consultant. She approves of that logo. That's crazy. But they're going forward,
I
man.
saw that on Twitter. I laughed.
Dude, that chick has offers.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. That chick's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
She
Guarantee
thought
it.
she was having a good time at a Stanley Cup, or at a,
I don't necessarily
playoff
know
game.
if it's something that her dad would be proud of, but she's definitely gonna go do something.
Dude, worst
Yeah.
Christmas dinner ever. Like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Her brother's probably a fucking lawyer. Could you imagine?
Her brother's now a fucking
Either that or
Panthers fan, for
either
sure.
that or a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, he's been doing great. He had a civil lawsuit that collected millions. That's great. What'd you do this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh God,
Don't check.
I'll tell you what,
Twitter.
father of a daughter too. Jesus Christ, man, that's
So
that's
glad I had
tough.
all boys, dude.
Yeah, you lucky son of a
Yeah.
bitch. I think we also, speaking in hockey, that's all the hockey we got, but we need to kind of get back to the fact that you have a Stanley Cup ring, A,
I do.
and 2, you and Mikey both worked at the arena. So like we have a fantastic wealth of knowledge of behind the scenes here. I want to ask you one thing before we get into anything else.
Yes.
You, sir, were on stage for a video I'd like to play real quick, and we'll touch on this hard next week when we do our We Went Blues podcast. But I believe you were on stage for this number one. I got it labeled as number one right there.
There. By the way, speaking of John Hamm.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Ric Flair.
No one in the history could have imagined how this day would ever end. And guess what? It's not gonna end.
There's your boy back there right at the end. That was me.
so I got one more thing before that, but 100% respect on the fucking DMX. All right.
Oh, dude. For sure.
First,
If I
we're
didn't
gonna
play-
get
if I
YouTube striked
didn't
on that.
play-
No. I time this shit out. No, trust me, I've learned
If
from my
I
mistakes.
if I was not rocking that DMX,
Dude.
there's a possibility that Brett Hall never could have came on that stage and never would have given that speech.
100%.
His shirt, by
And
the
which
way,
we
is the
got
greatest
this out
shirt
of it,
ever.
by the way. I mean, right here, we got this.
Hey, let's go Blues all you want, but you know what? We went! We went Blues! We don't have to go anymore because we already did it!
God damn, dude. Oh
love
my
it.
God.
I
I
love
was there. I had my whole damn family on the leg of the arch to watch that shit live. Oh my God, man.
Fucking
Can
great.
you
Awesome.
walk us through that on your end?
I could walk you directly through the Brett Hall situation. So Brett Hall comes onto the stage, walks up to the microphone, and there is somebody that's you can see them in the video. They're walking around, they got a headset, they're kind of walking back and forth.
So it's the guy, is it, please tell me it's the guy who goes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they are the director. So they are telling us what to do, when to play things, who's coming up next, kind of giving us the run of the show. Brett Hall comes on stage and they look at me and they go, "This is awful." And I go, "Why?" And they go, "This is awful." I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go." So they then go to a police officer who's standing right off of the stage and say, "You have to make sure that after," I think it was Curbs, after Kerber gets Brett Hall off the stage, you have to make sure he does not come back up. And I physically am watching Brett Hall trying to get back onto the stage and this police officer telling him no. And afterwards, I go up to the police officer and I go, "Hey, how'd that conversation go?" And he goes, "Well, I just told my childhood hero that he's not welcome to the only party he's ever wanted to go to." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're right." And just to kind of put things into perspective a little bit, you and everybody in St. Louis saw the best of Brett Hall.
Oh,
Okay. That was the best of him. So I know
Right.
like a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm sure afterwards he was partying." And remember that video came out of him walking the streets at 3 a.m,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, that's not
Yes.
Brett Hall. That's not Brett Hall. I remember
Yeah.
how quick they were.
No. So listen, I was there. I
Right.
watched them go, "Time to go home." And like that was it. You saw Brett Hall at his Brett Halliest. Okay. That was it, you know. And it's one of those things where people were like, but at the same time, everybody's like, "This is what we want. This
That's
is
exactly what I was
This is
hoping to
what
see."
we want." You know,
Yeah.
so it was a surreal experience, man. And I'll tell you what, the birth of my kids, you know, being inducted into the CBC Hall of Fame, I know it's silly. That sounds a huge deal for me.
No.
But like,
No,
there
that's
are-
an honor.
There are a couple things in my life that really stand out. And one thing that I could close my eyes, put myself exactly in that position, is when Joel Edmondson was holding the cup. And I looked at him and I said, "Hey, can you hold it up for me so I could take a picture with it?" And he grabbed the cup, put it in my chest, and he goes, "Lift the fucker up."
Oh, dude.
And I don't, do you know the rules? You know the rules? Have you guys talked about the rules about the Stanley Cup?
No, we haven't had
So-
anybody close to it. Like,
So the rules are, or at least the unwritten rules, or what I was told, is that so anybody can take a picture with the cup if another player is holding it. Okay, like
Oh,
so, like
no
if it's there, you could take a picture if they're holding it and you're holding it with them and things like that. Like that's okay, that's acceptable. The other thing is if you are a member of the team, not the staff, a member of the team, as far as like the trainers, things like that, they can. And again, anybody can pick it up, guys. Anybody can pick it up. It's who's supposed to, you know.
right.
But if a player hands it to you, then you are allowed to accept it and hold it up. So he was annihilated. So it's not like he was like, "Yeah, Tony Patrico, the guy that plays the music, let's let him hold it." It was, I was standing next to him and asked the question at the right time. And he put the cup in my chest and he goes, "Lift the fucker up." So in front of, 500,000 people behind me, I have a picture of me kissing the cup, me holding it, like solely holding the cup, kissing it. And it will be forever one of those moments where I'm like, dude, I've done some really cool stuff in my life, but that is really far up there on the top of the list.
Dude, that's fucking incredible. That's incredible. I kind of feel like the only person in St. Louis or in the St. Louis area who didn't touch the fucking cup, man.
Oh, dude, it was everywhere.
You
missed
touched it too? You didn't touch it
I
too?
have not touched the cup.
You were there.
So
gonna say.
I was there because I left. I was already gone from the arena, but my dad was still working there.
Right.
And so they had hey, for all the guest service hosts, supervisors, security, you guys come in, you'll get your pictures with the cup. Everybody's putting their fingers on the cup. I get up to the cup, fighting back tears.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was born in October of 1981, and I remember the very first game I watched was in the middle of the season in 1987, and it was a 2-2 tie against Minnesota North Stars. From that moment, I was a die-hard St. Louis Blues fan.
Fucking
All
bats
I've
look right.
ever wanted was to see the cup, and I got to see the cup. I was 3.5 inches away from it, and I'm sitting there going, I can't touch this.
Oh,
I didn't
Oh,
earn this.
dude.
I can't touch this.
No.
I will not touch it. And of course, my son Jackson, he's 2.5 years old. He just reaches over and grabs onto the top of it.
He's
And I'm
inside of it.
I'm like, please don't do that. But then I'm also like, okay, this is one of the greatest moments, top 10 of my
Jesus,
entire
man.
life ever. It's right there in front of me. And there's a picture of me, and I'm just standing there like, oh, I want to touch it so bad.
You look like every photo of me meeting a hockey player.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like Chris Justice.
Yeah.
That's why there's restraining orders.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude,
You ain't even lying. Tim meets hockey players.
Oh,
he
dude, it's
he gets
ugly.
so
It's
starstruck.
fucking ugly.
He looks creepy.
The
just
only
standing
thing I
next
could
to him.
choke out to Cujo in 2018, mind you, I met him a bunch of times. The only thing I could choke out to that guy is, you're the reason I like hockey. I'm fairly certain he looked to his team and said, get him the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments where you like, this is it. This is my moment. And then
Right.
you worry about it so much that your brain just goes, I'm not helping you today. I'm not gonna
100%.
help.
You're on your own, bud.
You're on your own.
Oh,
Good luck.
dude.
Good luck,
But
everybody.
dude, your time at the Blues, the what was it? I say hype man DJ. It was, either which way.
My official
that was-
title was hype man.
That's what I thought. I was
Yeah.
almost positive. And Casey and I came and saw you once during a game. There's a photo. I almost uploaded and I realized my teeth are garbage. I don't want to do that to myself.
Oh, here. I know it's not as fancy, but there's that picture.
Oh, look
Oh,
at that,
that's
dude.
bad.
Tell me
Yeah,
that's
dude.
framed somewhere in your place, man.
It's not, man. And you know what's funny is I've
Oh.
always told myself that I'm going to blow that up and put it like
Yeah,
a canvas
dude.
somewhere. But
got
You
yeah,
would
to.
walk
it's-
into my living room and see
gonna
that.
happen.
pin.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've got to. That's so badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you
It's
gotta
you
have
holding the
that,
Stanley
man.
Cup.
Right?
And just
no
everybody
shit.
being like,
who the hell?
"Oh."
Let alone have a Stanley Cup ring, but you have a photo of yourself hoisting the cup, dude. You're a small percentage of the world, bro. I would.
dude, it's insane, man.
Jesus Christ, man. So with your time with the Blues, I did have a question, man. Oh, first and foremost, I do want to lay it out there too. Your goddamn work ethic, and like I said, I told this to your dad when I met him. Your work ethic is insane because not only were you doing the morning show at that time, but you were also working for the Blues, which went well into probably midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, right?
Here's an average day for me when I
Yeah.
was working for the Blues. Okay. And let's go back because in 2017, I was working with the Blues and we were still downtown. The radio station was still downtown right next to Enterprise Center.
Yep.
So wake up at 2:30, leave my house by 3:15 because I was living in Wentzville, drive downtown, get there at 4, do the show, leave the office around noon, drive back to Wentzville, sleep for 2 hours, get something to eat, drive downtown, production meeting at 5, leave the building at 11.
Damn.
Fuck that, dude. My God,
It
that's
was,
insane,
it was not good. It
and
was
that was
not
a
good
grind,
for me, brother.
man. And let's not even forget you owned a fucking DJ company at the
Yeah, man.
same time. So here's a little bit of truth that we've known each other for a little while,
Yeah,
and I feel like an asshole admitting this. Justin has maintained for the entirety of us talking that you have the best fucking work ethic in the world, right? I have not. And I hate to say this to you. There was a time, and I think you might remember this. There was a time I even gave you shit when it was war. There was a time where I was like, that dude is a spoiled fucking kid who went to Catholic school, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I said that shit. And Justin's like, dude, that's the hardest working motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Nah, they went to private school.
No, dude, I was like paying attention. I'm like, dude, you just add up the hours. Not to mention, like, if you had some like bullshit you had to do for the radio station, or you would talk like, oh yeah, I got 2 fucking weddings to do this weekend and shit. And I'm like, this guy doesn't get to go home and watch TV shows like I do.
No,
you know,
no,
dude.
That guy's barely
hardest working individual ever. Yeah, and when he told me that, I was just like, bro.
And I feel it's important, man. I feel like it's important to admit it. Like, now I know the truth and the reality. But yeah,
you know what's funny though, man? Now that like I don't have those hours and I work a 9 to 5, like work-life balance means a lot, dude. It means a lot, man. Like,
absolutely.
I have evenings, I have weekends now. I can plan a weekend with my kids if I want to, as opposed to, hey, I'm home from 9 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. and then I got to change. Then I got to go here because I got to do this event before I go to this wedding tonight. Right. So it's like, I lost 90% of the day.
Which is real life, dude. You live in real life.
Of course.
Now.
Yeah, I don't know how you were doing it.
No, fuck,
I don't know either.
And I do apologize, like 100%. That's why I said what I said to your dad.
Oh, dude, I probably said something that made me seem like a little, prissy ass.
Absolutely. You've always been nothing but fucking humble and nice to me, dude. But like, that's why I said what I said to your dad, man. And I don't even know that it resonated with him. But like, yeah, when I told your dad, like, that dude's the hardest working fucking guy I've ever seen in my life, and he's my age, I said that because I realized, I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's right. He's putting how many fucking hours, Yeah.
Dude, one thing I really, this past year, there's been a lot of ups, there's been a lot of downs, but one of the things I hold, very proud of myself for is during this whole entire process of everything that went down, I was unemployed for 13 days. That was it.
And I was going to talk about that. Yeah, dude, like you did not miss a beat. Dude.
13 days, because I told myself there's one of 2 things I can do. I can literally go, done. This is it. Whatever happens to my life, happens to my life. I will be fine, whatever. Or I can go, hey, do your best to try and keep the house. Do your best to try and do cool things. Do your best to try and be able to take my kids somewhere and go, yeah, I don't care what you get, just buy it. So like, I wanted to make sure that while I was still working on myself, I had to be working.
100%, dude.
Could not go on if I didn't.
A lot of people would have laid down and fucking called it a day.
I couldn't do that, man. I'm not that person. I can't do that.
That's not you, dude. And that speaks to your work ethic, man. And that speaks to exactly what Justin said, dude. Hardest working dude in the world. 13 days after what you went through to just be unemployed for that long.
Yeah, obviously whenever there was a week, then I got a job at Amazon. I did that. I left that job because I had another job that was, lined up and ready to go. So I left my job at Amazon the day before I was supposed to start there. They rescinded their offer. Fine. All good.
Right.
Decision from a business standpoint. Got it. And then I immediately applied and got hired doing lawn care work. Did that for a couple months and then got the job I'm in now. And again, I'm going to make it really hard for me to not want to live the life that I want to live. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to put my head down and I'm just going to rock with it, man. And that's one thing that I've learned from my dad, as crabby as he is, as a pain in the ass as he is, dude worked. He's still working. He's had like 14 knee surgeries, prostate cancer, everything. And he's still working. He went to work today. Like silly.
That dude took a fucking saw to the face and then finished the job and went home.
Took his shirt off, wrapped it around his face, cleaned up the job site, drove himself to the hospital, and then got 96 stitches in his face.
Fucking insane. And like I told you, Dad, dude, no shit. Like, not that it means any damn thing from a guy in Granite City with a rinky-dink podcast, but respect to the grind, dude. Hardest working fucking guy I know. And yeah, amazing for you to stand up after getting knocked down. Right,
hey, brother. And before you even go on, don't say some random guy in Granite City, brother. You're part of that circle, man. You're in. You know that, brother.
Man, I do appreciate the fuck.
You guys are all in. I've listened. The circle is open. The circle is open. There's room in the pool for everybody.
Whoever wants to swim, bro.
Yeah,
I like pool parties.
Yeah, I like pool parties.
Do it.
I do want to say, man, I know for a fact that your favorite hockey player of all time is Dale Howard-Chuck.
Sure
right or wrong?
Hell is.
100%.
Sure is.
I know
got
for
an
a fact
autograph
that
game used Dale Howard-Chuck stick.
And you and I are probably, I and Mikey, I think, are the exception in the room who understand what game used equipment means, because Justin does not have that in his life. And I will own a Cujo Game U stick, and that shit will be in my will to be buried with me. So the fact that you have your favorite hockey player's Game U stick is,
Oh yeah,
dude. That's
you really want to get mad at me?
Oh, do you have a Cujo stick?
So the year I worked for the Blues, on my birthday, or no, I'm sorry, was it my birthday or was it when my son was born? I think it was when my son was born. My boss at the Blues gave me a stick that was from the 50th anniversary that was signed by all the Blues alumni that were present for the celebration.
Christ, I need a math book.
The only thing it does not have, and this is why I think I got it, was I guess an intern, when they grabbed the stick, they grabbed it with their thumb and it smeared Kachuk's autograph. Which I said, I could get that. That's fine.
You probably hook that up.
But I have a stick that's got, I mean, dude, it's got.
Dude, you frame that. Frame that. You hang it on a wall next to you, hoisting the fucking Stanley Cup. And my God, I'm big on that shit, dude. I'm big on game use stuff. It's notably on this podcast. I'm trying to finish my basement, and it's just because, like, I have the Cujo posters that were on my wall, right? Yeah. I have all that shit, and that is my little man cave, and I'm working on trying to get. I thought we were gonna talk about it. I'll get you later, dude. Like
what?
Finishing basements. I'll get you later. But what I bring up Howard Chuck because I want to ask you, man. Was there? Oh, we got company, but I'll fucking get you later.
You're talking about the square thing?
Oh, fucking next week. You're on, bro. I wanted to ask you, was there ever a time in your time working with the Blues, was there ever that time where you met somebody who you acted like me, essentially, where you were like, like where you didn't even have the words? Did anybody kind of like take your breath away when you met someone at each time with the Blues?
So, John Hamm.
Oh, John Hamm.
I met John Hamm during all the celebration. And that was cool. That was really awesome. But to be completely honest with you, and this is not me sucking up to the team. This is not me anything. This is just because every interaction that I personally had with the man has been above and beyond incredible. Like, I would have my lanyard on. He would address me by name, and he has always been an incredible guy. And it's almost like I've kind of like felt weird talking to him, but that's Doug Armstrong.
Really?
So,
really?
Yes. And the reason I bring this up is because everybody loves to rag on the guy. Everybody loves to tell him how to do his job. Everybody
we got a guy in the room.
But like this guy, what people seem to forget sometimes is that he's also still kind of like a boss. And like, he's got to be friendly to the employees. And like, when I see him, he didn't have to acknowledge me one bit. But I remember sharing an elevator with him going up to the press box. And he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, so how are you tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I'm great. How are you?" And he said, "Really, really good." He goes, "Ready for a good game?" I said, "I'm ready for a great game." And he said, "Well, good luck out there." And he gave me a fist bump. I gave him a fist bump. What I should have said is good luck for a while, because this ain't going to end out good for you. But he didn't have to do that, but he did. So like every time I saw him, I almost like kind of went like, "Hi, hey."
Right.
Guy I shouldn't have access to or shouldn't even be talking to, but hey, how are you? The other person is Kelly Chase.
Oh, fucking Kelly Chase, dude.
And I've had many conversations with Chaser. I've, done events with Chaser. I've worked with him very closely, directly, throughout the whole thing, doing stuff with the radio station and the Blues and all that. He is just one of those guys where he's such an interesting figure and he's so in your face that you can't help but almost have a little intimidation. I bet his best friends in the world are probably like, "Oh, Chaser? Yeah, we love Chaser." Scary, but we love him, So it's like one of those things where it's like he's got such an intimidating, and now that I'm thinking about it, Chris Pronger too, just by sheer size alone.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Pronger a couple of times because the last couple of years that I was there with the guest services department, I was up on the penthouse in the press box row, taking care of the security and being there on press row and everything. And he just came walking by and I was like, "Prongs, how we doing?" And he reached his hand out. He shook my hand. Next thing I know, it was like 45 minutes later and the first period was over. Yeah. And I had just spent almost a full hour talking with Chris Pronger about nothing hockey related.
Yeah.
He was one of the coolest people I've ever met.
I saw Chris Pronger literally at the last game that I was at in the concourse, walking through. He was just talking to someone, and Casey was walking with me, and I stopped. Yeah, it's Chris Pronger, and Casey's like, talk to him. I was like, I can't talk to him. Like, and he just did Cam and Strick, you know, and I look forward to that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
Did you catch any of Chase's story about? Because clearly, you know, he just had the cancer battle,
right?
And did you catch any of his story with Tony Twist coming to pick him up? Like he did Chiclets, he did Cam and Strick, I believe.
Yeah, I saw that. No, I didn't see any of that.
Holy shit, man! Yeah. Give that a listen. Like that is a story for the ages. As far as Tony Twist picking up Kelly Chase from the hospital when Kelly Chase is like, I want to discharge myself, dude. Insane, fantastic.
There's thousands of stories like that with those guys, though, too. That's the beauty of it.
Insane. And I just met Tony Twist for like the third or fourth time recently, and I did the same thing I did to Cujo. I'm like, and the photo of me with him is like,
that's what makes sports fun, though, dude. That's what makes this still fun. Like all these guys that are coming into the league, in the NBA, in the NFL, all this stuff, even Major League Baseball players. I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, I hope this guy's good. And I'm like, this dude's 22.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What am I doing?
What the hell are you talking about, man? He's 19 and he's signed to an $11 million a year deal. Like,
if anybody talks shit on him, I'm coming for him. That's my son. That's my son.
It's mine. Man, well, I'll tell you, I know we're running late, man. I hope we're not keeping you from anything important, man. But unfortunately, the truth is that every guest, you being the first, every guest we have on the show is required to play tribute with us. Tribute is and I know we've described it on the show a million times, but we've also gone over it with you, kind of cheated a little bit. And tribute is essentially Justin's brainchild of a game that him and I have kind of cultivated over the last 2 years. And we've picked out a few specifically for you. And you're going head to head with Mikey here. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I like a challenge. A challenge.
I think we got some good ones. I think Justin's done his due diligence as far as putting together and getting together a good program here, man.
We do have a question for Tony, though.
Yeah,
here.
What you got?
I don't know if you can read this, Tony, but I'll read it to you. In all the years on the radio and events, what would be one prop or item you wish you would have gotten to keep?
Ooh, good question.
Can I offer a suggestion?
If you say the glory hole, I will probably come back and beat the shit out of you. Is that what you were going to say?
Bro.
Yeah, I know that's what you were going to say. To be honest, there was a picture in our office that was me and Jeff crossing the finish line.
Yeah, dude.
After we walked from downtown to Creve Coeur. And I would have loved to take that.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Now that I think about it, we might have given that to Julie Burton. I don't know where that is, but that's something that I would really like.
Dude.
There's a lot of things that like we're involved with the show and all that stuff, but like, and I know this sounds stupid, and this sounds silly, but like for us, that's like a stapler on your desk. Like the glory hole for me was like, that's my 3-hole punch.
It's a tool box, right? Yeah. I'll tell you what, like your fiance got you that Burton riding the motorcycle.
Love it, dude. It's in my office right now. I look at it every day.
It is fucking fantastic. What a great dude, man.
Awesome.
Pretty sweet.
What a soul, like just what a miss, dude. I hate to bring it down, but like,
I talked to Julie yesterday. Great guy. Julie kept that property that Jeff bought that he absolutely loved, and I think me and my lady are going to go out there sometime soon. So like, his memory will forever live on in probably more ways than one.
As I talk over and over about finishing our basement, like there is a Jeff Burton wall. As weird as fucking that is, right? Like he's the kind of guy that would be like, why me? Right. But like we have the calendar, right? We have the only thing we didn't get was the bottle of wine. I'm really pissed we never got the bottle of wine. But like we have so much Burton shit. It's insane. And there's going to be in the basement when we finish it, a corner, RIP Jeff Burton, all this stuff, man.
In your ear. I mean, even more so than Tony. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
30 years.
Yeah. So I listened to the morning show with Tom and Jeff and Trish. And I listened to the Tom and Jeff show religiously, man. I fucking love that. And I know we're running I hate that we're running so crazy on time, man. But like
Good brother.
Tom and Jeff did the most the greatest hits essentially CDs. They used to always do the food drives at Hardee's.
I love it. I have every one of them still.
I had every one of them except for number 1. And so when number 4 rolled around, I hit up Jeff on Facebook, on fucking MySpace. Fellas. I hit up Jeff. I'm like, hey man, I will bring you like 95 cans. I need the first one. He's like, come down to the studio. And I was working at the Marriott / Hilton downtown at the time. So it was just right down the way. And I went in there and they were in a commercial break. And he had me like come in and check in with that sassy ass lady at the front desk.
Erica.
And I checked in with her and she's like, they in there just burping on the mic. Yeah.
That's Erica. Erica was the best.
Erica, 100%. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be meeting Jeff Burton. And she's like, he'll be out. Just wait. And he came out. Not only did Jeff Burton hook me up with that CD, Jeff Burton walked me back to the fucking studio.
That's the dude, man. He loved his job, man. He
100%,
and all he wanted to do was show everybody else how cool it was. Like
where Tom's
how cool his
reading,
job is, man.
dude. And he was like, Tom's reading an ad. They're getting ready to come back into the show. And I'm a huge fan, right? I meeting Tom and Jeff was as much as like meeting Cujo to me. And I'm like, and he goes, and I shit you not, you want to go on the air? And I go, no fucking way. There's absolutely no way. I stood out in the hallway and I watched them for like a half hour do their show.
Yeah.
You know,
he was that type of guy, man.
He
loved what he did, and he loved to tell people, you know, how cool the radio industry was, dude, and how neat of an industry it is. And guy, man. He did it until the day he died, man. He really did.
The fact that he was on the radio at the end, like the fact that he was still calling in with you guys.
Yeah. And it took a lot for us to tell him, like, hey man, you got to focus on you for a bit, dude. Yeah. And like it took a lot because he did not want to do that, man.
Dude, I'll never forget where I was, and I'm not gonna say where it was, but I'll never forget where it was when you guys broke in on Donnie's show. Goddamn, I love Donnie too. But I'll never forget where I was when you guys broke in, and your face, dude, your face during that whole thing produces tears.
Dude, it hit like a shit ton of bricks, man. Like, I mean, I don't think it was any secret that me and Jeff were probably I was closest with Jeff. Jeff was closest with me. I think both of it had a lot to do with kind of like an older brother thing, but it also had a lot to do with like Jeff was an everyman. I was an everyman, you know, like
100%.
Riz came from New York. Moon was a traveling musician. King Scott is an alien. So it's like, you know, those things like all kind of like people didn't have a whole lot where they can go, yeah, I relate to that. But like with me and Jeff, born and raised here, lived here our whole lives. You know,
God, and the way that dude loved his fucking hometown, dude.
Oh, dude, Eureka should be named Burtonville. Like,
shit.
It really should be.
No shit, dude.
Yeah, great.
Dude. Yeah, you guys breaking in. I feel like I'm bringing it down. I'm just bringing it down and prolonging time. But like the way you guys broke in, like I'll, you know,
that's real, man. That's real life. That was real life,
dude, and it produced real feelings, dude. And I in a weird ass way, I appreciate that. I mean, like, the Eureka Aldi, right? Like
Eureka Aldi is a monument, man.
God, he willed that into existence.
Yeah, sure did.
So let's move it on, man. We can cry about that later.
Yeah.
Tribute. We've described it to you a little bit, so you kind of know the rules. The show knows. Everybody knows. This show could call this game "Broken Pieces of Wood," right? Small pieces of wood.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's called Tribute.
Yep.
So we are having you go head to head with Mikey. I'm admittedly dog shit at this game. I am so bad at this game, it's not even funny. So I'm actually really stoked to not be a part of it.
I don't want to embarrass myself. Oh God, now I'm nervous.
You got this. You got this.
Right.
You're such a music head. You got this. Yep. So
are you ready, Mikey?
Let's go.
Here we go, man.
All right.
Oh, who's going first?
I got Tony going first.
All right, cool.
Guess first. Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's all on you, sir.
All right. We're gonna give Tony a gimme. All right. Tony, your first one is flaccid lump of bread.
This is a gimme?
That's a gimme.
Oh, Limp Bizkit. God damn it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Take it to the Matthews
Back around, young man.
Listen, I freaked out. I panicked. I just had to hone it in.
But you nailed it.
I'm back.
You nailed it.
Back.
All right, Mikey.
Yeah, let's go.
Yours. Oxygen reserve.
Air supply.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ. Hell yeah.
Damn, dude.
A pro. A pro.
God, dude.
Nailed it.
He's so fast at it, too.
Yeah,
It just-
I don't even think I read the word reserve yet, and he yelled out the answer.
God
You're
damn. And
welcome.
that was your gimme.
That was my gimme.
That's your
Well, he
gimme.
nailed it.
All right, Tony.
Ooh,
Your
boy.
next one. 24 karat phalanges.
Something fingers. Goldfinger. Bam.
Oh, he
Yes.
nailed it.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
God, he
He
nailed
it, dude.
I thought he was going to take longer.
No, I nailed it, man.
24K almost threw me off.
Mikey, small toilet and the directional young men. This one.
This is the challenge.
Tim, I sent this one over to Tim. Now, Tony, if you get it, don't say it. You will have a chance to steal, though.
You can steal. I'm keeping score. Right here. I got score.
God damn it. Tim.
Stop it.
Tim, I think it needs to be spoken about.
That's a Burton thing. You better shut the fuck
Small
up.
Toilet and the directional young men.
Yep.
Where's my hint?
Oh, you do get a hint. We forgot to tell him. We forgot to
Genre,
tell Patrico. You get hints.
rap music.
I got
Little
that-
John,
Oh,
and I don't remember.
come on, man.
Come on.
Come
Come on. You're so close.
Was it the West Side Boys?
No.
No.
East Side Boys.
Hell
Johnny East Side
yeah.
Boys.
Yeah. Almost.
yeah.
Now, dude, that's almost not a yeah. That's almost like yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that not the greatest?
That's-
tribute
That's
ever?
awesome.
That's great.
That is really good.
You
I
nailed it.
sent
Toilet
that
threw me
to-
off.
I didn't get
Yeah.
it. It took me 2
The
days.
directional throws.
The
people.
directional is
Yeah.
what they're like. The,
But
the
I
small
didn't
toilet,
have
was like,
anything
okay,
to put east.
that
What
could
do
be
you
Little
put for
John,
east?
and that's why I asked for the hint.
Yeah.
Once you said rap, I was like, okay.
Rap.
What I was saying in my
Small toilet,
brain,
Lil Jon.
what I was saying in my brain, if I would have said it out loud, I would have got re-canceled.
Uh,
So
Same.
uh,
I'm
fuck.
sitting here
Same.
going, I don't know of any bands that are named Potty.
Yeah. All right. All
Small
right.
kids.
Tony, your next one. Filthy craniums. This is kind of a
dirty
gimme.
heads.
Hell
Come on.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Hell
gimme.
That
yeah.
should have been the gimme.
Yeah, that's the gimme. Limp Bizkit almost made my brain shut down.
Yeah. That
I
should have
spent
been
5
a gimme.
minutes talking about that earlier.
All right, Mikey. Shortwave noggin.
Radiohead.
God
Jesus
damn,
Christ, dude.
What?
I didn't get it. I didn't get
No,
it.
yeah, I send all of these over to
Damn,
Tim every
dude.
single week. All the ones for you, just to make sure that they're not super easy or way
Shit.
too hard.
You
Yeah.
nailed it.
Because I had another like so Tony,
we'll
like
get
a little
there.
side
Yeah.
thing
Oh, you're
for
good.
Tim. I did a clan named Adventure. This was a while back ago.
This was one of our first episodes, and I said, "Thanks for giving
Clam
us
named
A
Adventure.
clan.
a
Clan.
clan."
Man,
A clan named Adventure.
I have no idea.
It's a tribe called Quest.
Ah,
So
okay.
Mikey,
Do you
today,
know a tribe called Quest?
today I wanted to
you
do
know
a
it?
family
Oh.
referred to as Journey, and Tim was like, he'll never get it. Like,
oh, I
and I was like,
lied.
I think you'll get it.
I
yeah.
underestimated the power.
He
Mikey, would you have gotten a Tribe Called Quest from that clue?
a family referred to as Journey.
Well, my question was, do you know who a tribe called Quest was?
Yes, I know who a Tribe Called Quest is.
Shit, that's my fault.
yeah, I
that's a
told
bad
you, it was
decision.
a good
Hey,
one.
bad
It was
decision.
That's a tough one,
The
though.
whole
I wouldn't have
this
gotten
game,
that.
by the way.
Likely though, Tony. No, it might have taken a lot longer than
Yeah.
normal, but
Bad
that would have
decisions.
been a tough one.
The
Yeah.
whole point of this game is to make Mikey have to think because he's so.
Tim doesn't get him at all.
Yeah,
I fucking know.
All right, Tony, your next one. Dorothy's favorite dog. I think I made his too easy.
Is this Toto?
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
dude. Hell yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it, and he's good at the game.
You're nice
He
to the
gets it.
guests, though.
I
You
am
gotta
nice
be
to the
nice to the
guests.
guests. You
Yeah.
have to, dude.
Mikey,
We have fucking company, bro.
Synchronized.
Oh,
Oh, I got a hint.
See, I think it's too easy, or like too on the head for it to be right.
But see, the thing is, it's personalized, right? So like, this is not a Mikey.
This
band.
is not a Mikey
this
band.
Is not a Mikey band. So he's like, where Mikey's very hair metal, 80s.
Here, I'll
metal,
even give you a little
know?
side crew. This is not a Mikey group.
Yeah, no, not a Mikey group whatsoever. And when I get done with the show, I might have a pack of ramen.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Did we just what? Oh, last month was May.
Last month was May.
It was May
for sure.
Yeah, I got nothing on this.
I think I got it, but I think it's two on the head.
So
you got nothing, Tony?
Patrico for the steal.
Patrico for the steal.
Yeah.
Is it in sync?
It's gonna be May. Oh, hell yeah.
I thought that was two on the head though, because it says sync right there. But that's what that's
synchronized.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
It's a tribute band name.
Trib.
All right, Tony.
Hey, look, okay. I used to dance to Bye 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 while I was driving down the highway.
I could do the hand. We all do.
Everybody.
Yeah. What's fucked up is if you like Limp Bizkit and Korn back in the day, you hated those bands, and now as a 40-year-old, you're like, I fucking love that shit.
Dude, when I play everybody by Backstreet Boys, I play that jam at weddings. Dude, it is a banger.
Yeah, there's a banger. Hell yes.
All right, Tony, your last one. Inexpensive Magic, one of my favorite, by the way.
OG.
Oh, this is for sure Cheap Trick.
Hell yeah, dude! Hell yes. He's 5 for 5,
He's
bro.
5 for he's 6. He stole.
Oh, he got 6.
stole one.
I'm 6 for 5, baby.
Holy
6 for 5.
shit!
The next time you come on, Tony, we'll have to make him a little bit harder.
That's
Oh no, this is the last time. This is.
I'm throwing you a goddamn bone. He's
Mikey. Your last one.
Finish
Ignite.
strong like bull.
Ignite.
Catching Fire.
Nope.
Oh, that's not right.
It could have been, but that's not what I was looking for. I don't know that band.
I have a guess.
Oh, he's ready to steal.
I don't know. I think it's wrong.
He's ready to steal.
Do you get another guess, or am I going?
He's got a guess.
No,
He
go ahead.
said that
Take
wasn't
it.
an official guess.
Take it.
You
'Cause I
steal?
have no idea.
You're out.
Is it Stars of the Crazy Bitch mega song Lit?
Hell
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He nails it.
Wait, no, Lit is not. I'm thinking Buck Cherry. I'm thinking Buck Cherry and the song Lit Up. I'm thinking of Lit. Yes. Okay.
I was
You
willing to
still
let
killed
it go. You're talking my own worst enemy.
Nah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The title of this episode is Tony Patrico kills
fucking tribute.
So-
Like owns tribute.
Fuck.
If tribute was on Wikipedia, the owner would be fucking Tony Patrico.
You know,
And next
And I
time,
was
do
gonna-
every genre. I'll
we got it, man. We got
try
it.
and bury me.
No joke, man. This was a thing we toyed about. Like we should send
making
this
them
in.
harder, making them.
This is great, dude. This is a fun ass game, dude. This is great.
Dude. Look, I know we're pushing 2 hours, man. I can't thank you enough. This was great, man. I can't believe
dude, I had
you
a blast, man.
own tribute. Jesus.
Yeah,
This was a lot of fun, dude. This was a blast.
Hell yes.
This was
man.
absolutely
Hell
awesome,
yes.
man. I will definitely,
Thank
if
you so
you guys ever want me to come back, 100%, man, count me in. I'll definitely, maybe next time I'll even try and come down there. So,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That'd be
Open
awesome.
invitation anytime
Anytime.
you want to come in,
Absolutely,
man.
guys.
You want to come down to Granite City, maybe you bring some protection with you. And then
bulletproof
yeah,
vest.
for sure. Like,
hey, I dated a gal from Granite City, man. I know how it goes
you know what
over
though,
there.
man? Like we were talking to somebody in Springfield, and it's everywhere, man. It really is. You know, it's not just
Yeah.
Granite City's pretty rough.
Dude, whatever you go up to Centralia, Illinois, dude, that's fucking bicycles and backpacks,
Bicycles
dude.
and backpacks.
Everybody up there got a DUI.
On the last episode, I talked about
Fuck
riding a
that.
bicycle. I was self-conscious about riding a bicycle, and it's just a little beach cruiser, right? And I
Oh,
rode it
dude,
so hard
I bought one
in
of
my
those.
house.
Yeah. I bought
But
one of
it's
those,
like-
and my ex-wife filmed me riding it, and I just put it up online with the soundtrack Limp Bizkit rolling behind it.
rolling. Oh, Jesus Christ. We getting back? Yeah.
Turn it
Hell
back
yeah.
around.
Hell no, dude. He's new era committed. Are you shitting me? Like, come on. But dude, we can't
Take it
thank
to
you
the
enough,
Matthews
man.
Bridge.
I want to go to the Matthews Bridge just because of that shit. I'm not.
I would like that as well.
Exactly. I couldn't find a single damn person to go with me to Limp Bizkit, and I did not go. Like,
I would go, but I have no desire to see Corey Feldman.
God, I want to see Corey Feldman
No
too.
desire.
Are you shitting
No.
me?
That
I'm gonna
is
go.
a
I'm gonna go at
train
9
wreck.
o'clock.
I refuse
Are you
to
going to
go
skip
see
Corey Feldman?
I'm going to show up at 9:00 and I'm going to see them biscuit and I'll probably leave at 9:40.
Have you seen the video of him chipping his tooth on the microphone?
Everything is a disaster with him. It's like
Yeah.
there's not one thing that's normal. If
I don't
you
know,
see
man.
Corey
It
Feldman
is
pop
one
up
of
on
the
your
funniest
timeline,
fucking
it's
videos.
bad.
I can't stop looking at him sing Little Sister from fucking Lost Boys.
I love that song,
I'm just
though.
tractor beamed in. I can't
Love
help
that
but
song.
not look at it, you know.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's Michael Jackson.
He does think he's
Yeah.
he's got
And
it
you know what's
bad
fucked
for
up the
Michael
most is there's video of him doing that from the 80s.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you keeping you, man? I'm keeping you. What do you think about this resurgence of Creed too? Like, I'm pissed.
Oh,
didn't
I'm all
get
about Creed, dude. All about Creed.
Oh, come on.
All about it.
Mikey's
That's a
the
conversation
biggest
for a
Creed
different
fan
day.
out of that.
Listen, that's a conversation for a different day because
Dude.
everybody that hates on Creed are the same people that decide to hate on Nickelback or the same people
100%.
that decide to hate on Limp
100%.
Bizkit.
Thank you so
It-
much.
It goes back to I always say it's the Tom Brady analogy. Everybody in the world always says Tom Brady sucks. The dude doesn't suck. You don't like him, but he doesn't suck.
Yeah,
100%, man.
exactly.
That's what it
100%,
is.
dude. That's exactly what it is. I was with Mikey at a damn Nickelback concert. Chad Kroger flicked a pick that hit me in the forehead that I still have while he was singing "Side of a Bullet,"
Oh,
which
that's
is a
awesome.
tribute song
Dude, yeah,
to
that's Pantera
Dimebag
tribute song.
Darrell.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Love that.
Like, trapped open for them.
Keep
too.
that,
We had
baby.
such a blast that night.
Trap. By the way, Trap the most bass I've ever heard at a concert in my entire
Yeah,
life.
it was.
Like, that was insane.
Oh, our ears were vibrating the whole night. We're like,
Fucking
oh,
crazy.
Wow.
Man, I'm so happy you did this for us, man. Thank you so much. I feel like we could
Dude.
talk to you for fucking hours.
Yeah, man, for
It
sure.
is.
This was a ton of fun, dude, and this was a blast, and it was great. I know, Tim, me and you, we go back way back. It was great meeting the other fellas, and
100%.
like I said, dude, I'm all about coming back, and like I said, the next time I'll try and even come down there, and we'll have some fun, and maybe I'll even bring one of the games that I got cooking up in my head, and I'll see
Dude,
what we can do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We're not ignorant whatsoever that you were the brainchild of a lot of the games on the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, we know that, and that would be
Yeah,
amazing.
I'll get the creative juices flowing, and
That would
I'll
be
come
so
with
good,
something next time for sure.
So
All right.
good, man.
Well,
Thank you so much, man. I think we want to say thank you to GCRX Podcasting Network, Alfresco Productions, down here in the Bees Novel Idea Complex, who let us do this. I know the staff has probably already gone home for the tea room. It's so late. We got people out there still hanging out. But thank you so much, dude. Thank you,
got it,
for
brother.
letting us do this here, man.
Hey, thanks for letting me come on and do this, man. Like, this is still
Anytime,
something
dude.
I absolutely love doing.
Absolutely.
I love rapping with people, and thank you guys for letting me grace the show for a while and
Dude, thank you.
talking. This was kind of the sort of hockey podcast. This episode.
Yeah.
The somewhat hockey
yeah,
podcast.
Dude,
yeah. And
Hey,
thanks
you
for
don't
letting me be a part of
realize
it, bro.
you don't realize how often we get told like, "Hey, there's not enough hockey," or we get told, "There's a lot of hockey. I could do a little bit less." We can't find like that even.
I think
flow.
off season.
do
is
what you
gonna
want to
be-
do. That's what you do.
dude.
You do
Off
what you
season is
wanna
going to
do.
be our piece de la resistance. We're looking for that Eddie Vedder, but I think it's going to hit in off season. We got movie podcasts or movie games coming up. We're going to have a show where we all break down a year that we
Oh, love that.
yeah, and
Movies, music,
dibs on
songs,
94.
releases. Yeah, dude.
100% dibs on 94. I'm taking it. So I mean, it's going to be interesting going forward. And next week, we do have our 5-year Stanley Cup, Blue Stanley Cup champion collaborative show, and we're going to have Superfan and Granite City native, who is Mrs. Granite City Megan. She's going to be on the next show.
Mhm.
And we're all going to talk our favorite, our all experience during the cup run and whatnot. It's weird that it worked out that way.
Yeah.
It's
That's
exactly
awesome. Hey, it's fate, baby.
man. So we switched to Wednesdays just for 4 weeks because we have kids and they have stuff going on in the summer. So we switched to Wednesdays next week just for 4 weeks. But Patrico, man, thank you so much. And we can't tell you how much fun we had. This was a fucking blast.
I appreciate it, guys. This was a lot of fun for me too. So
Open invitation, man. Any damn time you want to come
And
in.
make sure you
man.
check out his podcast. It's a Man Dad Pod.
100%.
You can hit him up on air, TP.
And we will have
on the socials, and
we will
on
have
TikTok.
hyperlinks to everything all
Love
week
that.
long on our socials. So
Thanks, guys. I
check
really
out his
appreciate
playlist on Spotify, man. If you're like us and you got all the music you need, check out Patrico's fucking
I'll
playlist.
share it on my Twitter. I'll share it on my Twitter, and that way
Yeah.
it's easy access for you guys to click on, and hopefully
100%.
you find some new music, and that's dude, music is fun, and I just like sharing new music with folks. So I'll put that on the Twitter. You can find a link there.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
Well,
Dude, thank you so much, man.
You got it.
You guys got anything else? We good to go here?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
We will catch you next time. Patrico, thank you so much, dude. Open invitation.
See you guys.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We'll see you.
Thanks,
Bye.
sir.
Hold on. Her sister was a witch, right?
That's a hockey, it's only a game. Why do you get to be mad?
Grow up, bro. Grow up.
This concludes another episode on GCRX Radio, your podcast network. The views and opinions expressed are those of the content creators and not of the podcast network.